episode 504 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for October 18th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's been going on, Dominic?
Man, I just upgraded my PC, so I'm finally Windows 11 certified, I guess. Even though
right in the nick of time.
That sucked too, but luckily I found because since I think is in the rule, like if you change to another like motherboard or something, that doesn't, you can't just roll over, or if you do it twice, so because
they think you have like a new computer entirely that you're trying to copy Windows on.
And so I kept seeing the thing on the side saying like activation. It was like, what? At first I thought it was my monitor. I was like, God damn, they got monitor. I gotta activate it or something. I said, what the hell's going on? I said, this thing ain't going away. And then I say, like, Windows active. I said, what? And then I looked up and I said, oh my God. Well, I got a cheap key, so I just put that in because I actually had a free key, technically. But I accidentally put in professional, not home. And I was like, oh man, how do I go back to home? It's like I have to do a whole reinstall. I said, fuck it. I'm just going to pay for that other key. I said, fuck it. I'm not doing this. I said, I'm not doing
thankfully
this.
you can find keys cheap enough that like it's kind of not worth it anymore.
Freaking $30-something they want for the damn thing. Because that's what it took me to, is like, oh, get a key. You mean you want to get a copy? I said, okay, let's see what this is. Let's see. I thought they were just selling me like that too. Like I said, whoa. I said, my dad, he ain't paid nowhere near as much. I said, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I said, hell, because I was going to have that thing to stay there non-activated. I said, fuck it. That's it, damn it. But nah, yeah. So yeah, Windows 11, yeah, it's different. The start button being in the middle, get used to that. I didn't like that they have
move that. I do just because I don't like it in the middle.
And
like I kind of see the appeal. I think for me, it's just like muscle memory at this point.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And
too old for that change.
Also, I've been like using WordPad to like put notes down, and they don't have it here. I had it, but luckily you can just download it. And I was like, oh, good, because I had some files up here, and it was like, I said because I tried to put in notes. I said, let me see what it looked like going notes, and it looked all weird. And I was like, okay, I need something to make it look all right. But I saw like, oh, I got WordPad. I say, okay, good. And I'm still just mad. Like, oh man, so mad at Office is what it is. Like, not even like like everything is like this. Like, this is what I learned. Like, now I'm looking at all this software. Everything's subscription. Like everything,
literally everything. Yep.
It's like I was looking for because I got the thing the program I use, Move something. What the hell is it called? Oh darn, it's not up here. It must be okay, yeah, Move AV video editor. It's a video editor. That's the one I use. And the videos, and it's like the free stuff, basic. And but like they have something up there where like if I want to use some special graphic or something, then it's like, oh,
if you want to use the AI,
and upgrade to this version something. And then I was looking up. I was thinking like, you know what? Maybe I just go ahead and buy me one. Like I don't have to be Move AV, not Move AV, but buy me just another one. I mean, just to see. I'll see what's the best editor out there. Oh my God. I think I was all like, except for like one of them that somebody mentioned. I forgot which one it was. They're all
DaVinci Resolve. I hear is
that's what
like
it was. That's what it was. Yeah. DaVinci,
because they've got a free version of that.
Yeah, and you can buy it. But everything is like a subscription. It's either monthly or yearly, and then it's like, whoa, it's like that. And some of these, man, just be like ridiculous. Like, it was one that people say like, oh, this is really good. And then someone was like, hey, is there a way just to buy this? Like, I think it was like Adobe
Premiere
Photoshop or something. a premiere, yeah, and it's a lot. And somebody was saying like it was the one that seemed like somebody's like,
Yeah,
I
it's
just want to
$70 a
dabble.
month.
Yeah, the guy said, I just want to dabble in something. Is there like a version that you don't want to pay this much, or
Yeah.
like? And then someone said, yes, it's not recommended. It says it's worth it for me because I do work with it. But hey, somebody said, man, you don't remember the days it used to cost for one thing $2,000 or something like that. And I'm like, I mean,
Yeah, but we all pirated that shit. But now that
yeah,
it's a
I
live
was about to
service thing,
say.
because
Exactly.
and I feel comfortable saying that because in high school, my teacher told me that when she was doing professional work, that like her and all her coworkers were pirating Photoshop. So like,
Yeah, yeah,
but
because
now
I
it's a
didn't know it
live
cost that
service
much.
program, so you can't really
Yeah,
do that.
you
I'm
can't.
sure there are
Yeah,
ways to do it, but in the same way, like the way they frequently update everything, I would imagine it's a lot harder now.
exactly. And yeah, I get that, but it's like paying monthly for something because almost even if that person is my job or something, I would like to still. Maybe I do pay the $2,000,
Yeah,
and just have it
yeah.
forever because it's cheaper than fucking doing 70 a month or whatever the yearly thing. If I'm going to do this for a
Mhm.
while, it's like, come on. I said, like, you forced me to keep paying and playing. It's like, I don't want to. It's like, yeah, to say, yeah, it's not recommended that you use this program. That it's like, dude, but maybe that means I can't. I mean, that's just so much. It's like, wow. And that's what I was just thinking to myself. I was like, wow, all these programs, man, that used to be, I just see people used to just buy from the store. Bam, you do it.
Mhm.
You just have it. You have it forever, basically. It's essentially, not I mean, now some
Yeah.
things.
I mean, for as
Uh,
long as you
yeah,
wanna use it, basically,
yeah,
yeah. Because like,
yeah,
"Oh, I might not be using Photoshop for the next 2 years," and then, "Oh, hey, I can jump in here." It's an old version, but,
yeah.
I
It
can
still
still
does what
jump
I
in and
want.
mess around
Yeah,
if I want.
but it's
But
also
now
it's
it's like, yeah, it's not accessible in that same way, and it's frustrating.
yeah, and like add that to wherever else you do monthly. It's like, dude, really? It's
Mhm.
like you,
Everything's a fucking payment plan,
yeah.
and you
Like you
don't
gotta
own
be
it at the
kidding
end
me.
of the day, you're just leasing everything. It's
And I don't like this business because I feel like we can't. It's almost like you if we're here to if this business model is here too long, or maybe it already is. I have no idea that you can't go back. They can't go back. It's almost like they can't go back to just selling it without a
yeah.
subscription. And that's what I
Yeah,
almost
I
thinking
think
like
we're
about video
basically
games.
there.
I was thinking like video games. I was thinking like,
Yeah.
are we at the point now that like now we still see that like last generation PlayStation did have those games that were just single player games and they were big sellers. But
Mhm.
then we see how much they cost to make those games, and now I'm like, wow, is it worth it? And now I'm thinking like, is it? That's why the PlayStation is going trying to find multiplayer. Even I mean they have not. I mean they have failed so far. They're still trying, but they still try because it's almost like, is it worth it to put out a game where somebody buys it and that's it, or do you have to put something in there for they can keep buying, paying towards it? Like fighting game, like I don't know a fighting game where it's not like that. Like it's not, and I'm not talking about just getting like extra characters. Like I'm okay with that, but now that's like to me, Mortal Kombat years ago when I had been weird that it stopped. Like they say, "Oh, we stop supporting this game right now." It's like, well, it's been. I mean, if it's like 2 years or so, fine. I'm like, yeah, you move on. It's like I'm okay. I mean, as long as you just keep like watch it online, like if things going on, like that's okay. If you're not putting them more, you say it's a whole lot of characters in here. It's like, how much more do I need? Um, but the way that like how Tekken and Street Fighter or Strive or whatever, like those games, or even Dragon Ball Z, which they like, I'll talk about gaming news later on. Like they keep like putting new characters and new stuff in there and to buy, and it's like it's almost like they have to. They can't just move on. They got to keep this thing going forever because like essentially, I guess this whole generation because that's what it was. Street Fighter that was all that generation. The Street Fighter Five
Yeah.
from the beginning to the freaking end. Like whenever it first came out to the end, Like basically that's where they stopped like putting new stuff out. And it's like you can't have a game where it can't last for years or it has to keep making money. It can't just be like $70 and that's it.
Yeah. Because you
And
have
now,
that such a large upfront investment, nowadays. They see it as like, oh, we have to milk every dollar out of this thing. And like to an extent, I think we've talked about that as kind of a positive thing, right? Is like keep that same engine, just keep releasing stuff. But I think it becomes untenable when you look at like Street Fighter, like we were talking about it because Street Fighter was on sale, right? But then it's like all the DLC has come out and you get, the third season or whatever, but season 1 hasn't dropped in price. Season 2 hasn't dropped in price. So now you've got this base game that might be $10, but you've got a $20 first season, a $20 second season, and a
well,
20
30.
or $30, yeah, $30, So now I'm paying $90 just for the seasons to buy for the $10 game or whatever I wanted to get.
Yeah, it's yeah, man. It is yeah, man. This practice this sucks. Like the game model, like this ain't it's definitely not consumer friendly, man.
No, not at all.
It's not consumer friendly at all, man. Yeah. And man, I mean the way things are going, it's almost like they feel like they have been some of these companies they have to make each game has to keep making money. It can't be just one off, which I think is suck. I wish it could. I wish it could be like, hey, you sell it and that makes money. Then you sell another game. I mean, and maybe they don't have to be $300 million games. That's the thing. Like we always said, like why does it have to be a game it costs like $300 million to make? And maybe it doesn't. And maybe like this, like you said, like you initially maybe one game is expensive, like because you're using all this new assets and a new engine or something, and maybe that'd be expensive. But then the other ones don't because it's using the same kind of stuff. They're using the same
Mhm.
thing, and then it'll still look good, and it's but you don't have to put the money into uh build a lot of assets or the engine or anything. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't know. So let's get through this. All right, so let's get to sports real quick. So my team freaking lost on Monday night. That sucked. Lost.
Mm.
The Bears got their revenge for us doing the Hail Mary. We really and thing is the Bears honestly should have been blew us out, but they're not that great of a team, so they didn't take advantage of none of the opportunities that they had because we played a bad game, but we still could have won. and and I was hoping for. I was hoping for it to be one of those games where it's like, man, we gotta fix some things, but at least we won. Nah, man. But the fumble at the end killed us by Jayton. Daniels did. I mean, it was wet, it was raining, but it's not an excuse because nobody else fumbled after that. So it's
Mm.
like the ball, like you be prepared for that. Like he didn't get the handoff to the running back because that was it. That was the clincher. We were leading and we were driving down and we were like milking the clock, and then we fumbled. And oh man, I think that's when I turned it. I said, "Fuck it. I'll I'll see if we win on the phone." Like I look on my phone or something because I can't do it. I said, I just know how this might end. And yep, it ended like I thought. It last second field goal the Bears got, and they made it, and they won. Yeah, I mean we had some guys hurt, but that's no excuse. Like I said, we still had a chance to win. Yeah, we just didn't. Yeah, we like defensively. Look, we're not that great, so I understand. And like I said, Bears really just had missed opportunities. They had a chance to really put some points up, but like I said, they're not that great. Um, but our offense, I feel like we should have been better around the offense. I mean, I know we're missing some players, some receivers, but I feel like we still had enough there. So we'll see, man. We're playing Cowboys, who their defense is really not that good. And so hopefully we'll take advantage of that at least. Their offense has been putting out some points, but we kind of know that Dak has always been like a Washington killer. And with the way our defense is, I see no reason why he should put some yards up. But hopefully we put some yards up too. It is in Dallas because we played them here on Christmas Day. So this will be this is going to be in Dallas. So I hope we get the win on them because we need it because the only wins we got, man, so far is AFC teams, except for the Giants, which was early on. And the Giants, man, they're looking like a totally different team. So luckily we had their first game while they were still awful. Because now they put in the guy that had his backup, the rookie Dart, and they got that running back Scatterboo. That's his name, and they've been kicking butt, man. Those guys, man, and they got a lot of energy, but they play kind of reckless. Some people are scared, like they get hurt or something. We'll see, but right now it's like working out for them. But the NFL is really like tight. There's nobody really out there dominating. The teams you thought were going to do something, they're not like nobody's running away with it right now. Like nobody looks like this is the team now. Because Philly lost the last two. Now the Chiefs they have one, and again a little healthier. They like the Ravens one wasn't that impressive to me because the Ravens I think they're in a bad place right now, and because teams were being up on. But the Chiefs did beat the Lions, who were looking good, and so that was a good win. So I mean, we'll see if that lasts. And and the Bills they lost their last two. They lost to Joe's. No. I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up. Who did they lose to? The Jaguar was it the Jaguars? I want to say. Uh, the Bill. No, it wasn't Jack. I forget. Bills. Let me see. Bills last game. It was the Falcons. I'm sorry, the Falcons. They lost to the Falcons, who had just beat us, and maybe the Falcons are coming real. The Panthers been winning because they beat the Cowboys last. It's a crazy season. Oh, but George Flacco beating the Steelers. That's crazy because George Flacco was on the Browns. The Browns traded him to the Bengals, and even the coach of the Steelers, Mike Tomlin, was even saying that he doesn't understand why would you help your rival out in your division. That doesn't make any sense. And it's not shocking that that's his opinion. It's more shocking that he said it. I don't really hear people talk about like these trades and stuff like that really in football. Like it may be something I mean, you think that it's why would you try to help your rival have a better quarterback right now? But for him to come out and say that, and somebody now we all we know why, because they came and just knew they had a chance to win. They had a good chance, and they beat them, and the Bengals beat them, which it's kind of hilarious. But yeah, George Flacco helping the Bengals out, and the Bengals they're in it, man. With Ravens being last place, Bengals got I think I want to say 3 wins, and Steelers are still leading, but the way the Steelers look is they're not dominating like they should. Steelers, like I said, it's theirs to lose. But I mean, that's last week I told you. Well, these other teams, mainly I don't give Cleveland definitely not a chance. Only reason I give Ravens a chance because of Lamar Jackson. If Lamar Jackson comes back, because they got a fairly easy schedule. Steelers got a tough schedule coming up, and Bengals they got an offense. Their quarterback is just not there, but they got an offense. The defense is iffy, is not great, but. So it's not over. It's not like Steelers. At one point, if Steelers was better, well, just a little tad bit better than what they actually are, maybe you would say oh, they're definitely winning. But nah, now it's who knows? But yeah, that's just basically the league right now. The league is really just kind of nobody knows anything. Just the way Vegas wants it. Just the way they want it. Yeah, that's what I say. Baseball playoffs. It's a huge surprise, man. I don't think anybody had LA in the World Series this year. I don't think there was nobody who had that. I think this is a shocker. But all joking aside, I mean, dude, they got an all-star pitching staff. Well, the starters. The weakness is their bullpen, but when you got starters like that, man, the bullpen, they don't suck. They're not horrible. terrible, terrible.
Not getting to them
So
until deep anyway, so
yeah, exactly.
they just need to
And
hold
then
out.
and then in the playoffs, shit, you might put in one maybe like a starter or something, and like say, come in
Right.
like an inning or something, like a few innings. Otani is the greatest player ever. I mean, I don't fucking
3
care
home
what.
runs, 1 game, yeah.
I mean, and 10 strikeouts. Come on, 10
Jesus.
strikeouts as a pitcher. Um, and no, like I said, nobody's alive who saw Babe Ruth play. And just like I was telling my brother, like it's like, yo, black dudes weren't playing with Babe Ruth either. Like I can't, like it was a whites only league, and so I don't. Of course, I don't look at it as the same. I don't look at it like
Yeah.
Babe Ruth's the best ever. I mean, I'm sorry that changed. I mean, I mean, it's like I don't. It's not like I don't disrespect him. Like I just throw out his record or anything. I'm just saying that it's not look the same to me as it probably is for you because my people couldn't play. So you can say hypothetical all you want, like, oh, he still would have done the same. The fuck we know? How do you know? I don't know. I mean, that's a lie, and that's a damn lie because we don't know. We don't know if they would have. I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, look, the record is as it is because of this that we all consider this the MLB, but there's context to this. There's context for one, like the pitching is nowhere near what the fuck it is. The balance even different. Like there's a lot of things different. That's what I always find weird with, especially baseball. I mean, in all sports really, because rules change all throughout, but we keep the records the same. We don't ever separate them. We're like, okay, this record is set for just this era of rules because it's different from this era. It wouldn't make sense. It's like we don't want to. We don't make it all one. And I never got that because I'm like, it's already weird that baseball parks are all different. I mean, that's just
Right,
weird within
yeah.
itself. But now you're talking about the heights of mounds, the era of people throwing balls 90 plus, miles per hour.
The steroids that exist now that they're
The
allegedly
breaking
not
ball,
using.
the breaking ball. I mean, like it's it's just like it's so much difference, but it's like we're supposed to ignore that. I guess that's I missed the meeting. I was nobody told me like you're supposed to just ignore all those those whatever nuances, whatever. Just focus, just say it's a record and that's it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But anyway, Atari's is the best ever. He's the best player. I mean, like of I've ever seen in my lifetime. So I mean, like great on him. It sucks, but I still think they need some type of salary cap because shit ain't fair. I mean, I know people argue, say like, well, they were spending money before and they didn't win, but it's like it gives you a chance to win. That's the thing. That's the thing. It gives you a chance to win, and like you get a better chance. And like, yes, there's a chance like you spend a lot of money and you don't even make the playoffs, like the Mets did. But I think still more often than not, you still make the playoffs. If you have the best players, you still make the playoffs, and you have to pay the best players. Now, what I would argue, yes, you can argue, say like, oh, but your owner should have paid. Yeah, but how the fuck I'm supposed to help them with that? What am I supposed to do? I can tell my owner, hey, but I think every fan does. Every fan tells their owner to do that. I really would think I don't want it to be so much of a cap because, like I said, I don't like owners having all that money, like because they get to keep more money. Because Otani's contract is 700 something million, but it's like deferred money for years or something like that. But still, it's $700 million. The Dodgers made like 700 something $1 million last year, over $700 million last year. It's like they still underpaying him, technically. Like as much as he's bringing for that team,
for the audience that he's bringing. Yeah.
It's like they're technically it's a bargain. I mean, that's a bargain, but it needs to be a floor at least. I feel like it should be a floor like the NBA does, where you have to spend this amount of money on your team. Like if you don't spend that much money on getting players or your players on your team, you get penalized. Because I think those players they need these players like they do a lot. I mean, they're gone for like 6 months from their homes, playing a game. and things of that nature, and also force teams to try to be competitive. Like they like because yeah, you don't want to play a bunch of nobodies a whole lot of money, so you're going to try to get a better player, right? Because there's going to be like, damn, I got to pay somebody on this team who ain't even that good just for I can stuff I get. Yeah, that's why I like it. And that's thing is that's what's happening with the Wizards for all these years. That's what we've been doing. um, but yeah, so it needs to be something, man, because like I just want to be competitive, man. Like I just want to see a game because as of right now, I'm not watching those series. Like I ain't watching it. I mean, I'm just going to see the highlights of Otani. Like I'll look up the highlights of Otani if he does something great. Because honestly, he hasn't really been doing really great these playoffs. Though I consider him being walked the times he's been walked as still some damage, but just not in the way
Yeah.
that you don't see walks on highlight. You know what I mean? Nobody looks at that. Nobody have a poster of a guy walking, walking to first base. So, but I mean, he did that moment. It's like that moment was great. And like, yeah, like I'll look at the highlights of the game or something like that, but I'm not going to watch because it's not. It's like I've seen this before, man. I did with the Yankees for years, and like I'm not doing this no more. I'm not watching these super teams, man. These guys get paid, and at least with the Yankees, some of their guys, at least with they were brought up from the Yankees.
Yeah,
they were just really good, and they just paid them, and they paid them. But dude, none of the guys really on the Dodgers were brought up. like they were like right as of right now, like Kershaw. I mean, he's not even the starting pitcher really anymore, and this is his last year. He's about to retire. Like all these guys have come from somewhere else, and I like these guys. That's the thing. It's like these ain't people I hate. Like I mean, I don't hate players no more anyway. I mean, I'm past that in my life.
Yeah.
But these guys, I actually rooted. I like them. Like even Mookie Betts, I rooted against him when he played against the Orioles, but I liked him on Boston. He was a great player. Freddie Freeman, I loved him on Atlanta Braves. And so fuck both of those teams for even letting those people go. And then you have Hernandez. I forgot to say, is it Texio or Hernandez or whatever? I know he was on the Marlins. So like good for him to get out, but I wish he had gone somewhere else. And I mean they got a team. Kiki Hernandez, I don't know. Maybe he was. He's at the bottom of the order though. He's not like at the top of the order or anything. But yeah, he actually been doing good for the Dodgers. And I mean, yeah, look, I know Dodgers people they're like, I don't care. Everybody can cry about us. I said I don't care. We just buy up or everybody. He said like, because we haven't been winning. And I said, yeah, as a fan, I get it. Because yeah, y'all haven't been winning. Even when y'all did pay, like I did put money up and things of that nature. And now you got a team and you're winning. And yeah, that's great. But I always say I hate this for anybody though. Like I was saying this for the Yankees for years. I was saying that about the Yankees and things. So I'm also being fair. Like this is how I feel. I always thought there should have been some kind of cap because my team never wins. My team is never going to spend that much money like y'all do. We never are. And now we might get lucky. Like you might get lucky and get that team like you didn't spend a lot of money, but you still win because we've seen it happen before. We've seen it happen, but there's always a chance. But I want to have a time where I'm like winning for years too. You know, I don't want to just be like a one-off year. And like the Marlins, they always had that. They had a one World Series, then they sucked. Then they won another one, then they sucked. And it's like, damn, man. So can't you like be like consistent for 2 years straight? At least like go to the playoffs again or something. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it in sports. Like the sports I'm going to talk about because I'm gonna spend too much time on that. So what's Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, for the American League. By the time you hear this, American League it might be over. Who knows? But right now it's Seattle is up 3-2 against the Toronto. They're going back to Toronto though, so we'll see what happens. Toronto seemed like they did find their offense and they had tied it up, but Seattle won their last home game. So we'll see, man. It could be Seattle or Toronto is going to be playing against the Dodgers. I don't know who has the best shot, honestly. Like I don't know those two teams that well. honestly. So, but like either team, I'll be rooting for them. But it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, look, I'm glad because the Dodgers, like Otani, he won a World Series. He won last year, so it's not like he never won. So I'm okay with him. Like, really, like I said, it's just a weird feeling because like I like the players, but I just don't like how that team got set up. And it's not them, and it's not on them. If you got the money, you
Yeah.
can do it. Of course, you do it. But I just don't like how the system is. I don't blame them because they make so much money from their television, man. Like it is just ridiculous that no one's even close to that. And yeah, it's crazy. All right, so what's going on in wrestling, man?
The biggest story this week coming out of WWE is A1 Steak Sauce. It sounds
What?
like they are bringing in somebody to head their AI initiative, and are experimenting with the idea of having AI write WWE storylines, Dominic.
Okay,
Um,
what does A1 steak sauce have to do with this?
because Linda McMahon is famously in her like congressional hearing kept referring to it as A1. She was going to bring
Okay.
A1 into schools.
Oh, darn, I
This
totally
the
missed
leader
that.
of our education department. Yeah. Also, Vince McMahon is out here looking like Pepe Le Pew right now for some reason. He's got like a white streak in the middle of his hair.
Does he still have the mustache?
No, he's gotten rid of the mustache, unfortunately.
Oh man, that really will fit.
Yeah, it very much would have, yes. Yeah, I don't know, man. The WWE is kind of in a spot where I don't necessarily feel great about supporting them. I
A1.
was
Oh,
telling
the
you,
A1. Good God.
yeah, I was
These people too
our
old,
education
man.
secretary. Yep. Um, I was telling you though, like John Cena's last match is going to be on Saturday night's main event in I think December in DC, and we're close enough to DC that I would like, oh, I'd consider going to that. That's a big event. It's John Cena's last match. Theoretically, he won't have another one. Wrestling retirements are kind of weird, but he's a guy that can go to Hollywood, will probably find more success than he's already even found if he dedicates himself fully to that. And he doesn't necessarily need to come back. Granted, The Rock seemed like he didn't necessarily need to come back either. And he's obviously kind of done that. So, Saudi Arabia money spends just as good as everyone else's money and may spend even better, Dominic, because there's a whole bunch more of it. So maybe they get John Cena to come back for that. But at the same time, if he's trying to, look good to Hollywood, I don't know that you necessarily, get bought out by that country. But tickets for that thing, I am talking the nosebleediest of nosebleeds, literally the highest and farthest seat that you can find from the ramp is $499 base. And then you add on the taxes and the fees and everything, and it's like $520
No, that's a
for
steal,
what
dude.
is
I think that's a steal,
I,
honestly.
I mean, maybe if
That is
you're
way
like,
that
this
is way
is,
too low. I think it
well,
should be
also,
$1,000 minimum. It should be $1,000
with that
minimum.
ticket price, Dominic, you might also get the opportunity to see the president of the United States there, because there are a lot of rumors that
Let's
he
see.
may attend.
How much is all tickets are sold out, so I'm getting it third party. I'm trying
Okay,
to see like what's the cheap seats calls for like a
for the play. Okay,
Cowboys game or something. But see, yeah, those tickets already sold out.
I
I mean, I
gotcha.
could just look up. I mean, this they could tell me what the initial price was. But no, but go ahead.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a no go for me. Part of the news story about this AI writer situation was also that allegedly it's to free up time for Triple H to pursue his political ambitions, whatever that means. If that's also the case, I don't know that I want anything to do with that company. AEW's got their pay-per-view actually happening right now as we're recording this on Saturday night. That's Wrestle Dream. I'm hearing some good things out of that show so far. But that's kind of one of those things. We've talked about it. AEW's pay-per-views kind of usually don't disappoint as far as like you coming to it for good wrestling. Unfortunately, I know I've talked about on here the couple of times where I have actually bought those shows, and I was like, kind of wish I didn't, because they didn't actually live up to expectations. But I think it's been a while now since they had those issues, so that's good to hear. Mercedes Moné, formerly Sasha Banks, is now surpassed Jade Cargill as the longest running TBS champion on AEW. So that might mean it's about time she loses that title, but I think she just most recently won her 10th title. She has been going around basically doing a belt collector gimmick and has taken 9 other titles from mostly indie promotions, and some of like the Mexican promotions and stuff like that. So she is currently walking around with 10 titles, Dominic.
Wow.
I know there are people on the internet complaining about that, like, oh, just taking these people's titles and not really caring about the company. But like, these aren't companies that are putting on like a show every week. And I mean, even just this currently, she wrestled last night. She's wrestling with AEW tonight, and she's wrestling in Canada tomorrow night. So, she's not just sitting at home on these titles. She's actually doing something for these promotions, and in a lot of ways getting these promotions coverage that they otherwise wouldn't be. So I think it's kind of silly.
Until I hear the company complain, then I think I'll
exactly. Yeah. And the reality is, it's not like this isn't a shoot, Dominic. This is they're the ones that made the decision to put the title on her. So it's not like she came in, beat up the champion, and took it.
No, that's how exactly happened, Daniel.
Sorry.
You gotta think it's real. You gotta think it's real.
Yes. So yeah, these companies seem pretty satisfied with this deal. So good for them and getting that promotion. Good for her for just fucking stacking these things up. It's kind of hilarious. But there's famously a picture of Ultimo Dragon, who had, I think at the time he had 9 titles, and basically that's what she was going for, is kind of competing with that. So it's been pretty fun.
All right, cool, man. I couldn't really find. It's so hard to find like something just to tell you what is the market price and for tickets, man. Yeah, they keep showing me what's like. Oh,
they don't want you to know the market price, Dominic. They just want you to know what the current price is, so you'll buy it and not feel like you got ripped off.
All right. So I guess we can do what we've been watching. So I watched a couple movies. F1. I checked that movie out. It's with Brad Pitt, and also I don't know his name, but is the guy who played this 2-star, the Snowfall, the black guy, and who's really British in real life. And so he's actually
very British,
and he's now he actually plays a British guy, a racer. So Brad Pitt is like in I want to say ex-racer, because technically he is still a racer, but he's not like he's more like a freelancer racer. He will go to different spots where if they need somebody to cover them or something like that, and he'll race for them. Because he did a Daytona, I forgot what it's called, the race, because it was like a 24-hour thing. So special thing on Daytona, because he did the night race, and then I remember he got the car and told the guy, say, if you do slide lead, man, I'll kick your ass or something like that. But yeah, it's like he just can't. I mean, as you go on, like he's a guy who just. But I don't want to spoil it, but like you'll see why this older racer. Why this guy's still like out there racing, and why he doesn't stick around. Um, but he's been asked by an old friend because he used to do Formula One racing when he was younger in the '90s, and a guy former partner asked him to come race for his company because he has a guy, one of his guys left, top guys left, and then he has a rookie, which is the black guy from Snowfall, and yeah, so that's how it goes, and the movie's good, man. Like visually, the way the music goes, like with the movie, it's really well done. It's really well done. I enjoyed it. Like it was pretty good.
Nice.
Brad Pitt's performance, I will say this, like it wasn't bad, but it's like I seen him do better. I don't know. I
Okay.
just I feel like I seen him do better. But I mean, he
Resting
was
on his laurels now, huh?
yeah. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like, man. But he was all right. He was all right. But yeah. But overall, the movie is very well done, and like they using like they have some of the real racers there, like because I recognize the faces from the video game, like the video games
Okay. Yeah.
box art, like those guys on front. Because I saw the black guy, and now I learned him because I didn't know who he was really or where he was from, but he's from I think England, I think, or at least he represents them, and he's won like championships and stuff like that, and he's even been
Mm,
brought on as like a person. The guy whoever did the movie brought him on was like a consultant guy. This actor because they
gotcha.
tell the story because they even said I read somewhere and said he even said that he thought, hey, Brad Pitt, he's too old. Like the story they had at first, like he's a little too old, so they had to change it up a bit. Um, but so it won't, so it could be believable. So I guess if like he was still racing, it's like man, nobody's this old who's still racing, or something like that. Like consistently, like that would be. I mean, that's not normal. But
Right.
but yeah, I mean, I heard some good things about the movie, and yeah, it turned out to be pretty good. Also,
Right.
I checked out Naked Gun, the new Naked Gun, with Liam Neeson, who I was hoping that they at least explain how he's Frank Drebin's son because
Mhm.
he's old too. I mean, technically, yes, he could be his son, but was it like a lost son? Because based on the movies, Frank Drebin didn't have a child until like the '90s. And
Yeah.
he never talked about having a child with a former person. That's what I was hoping they would say, like, oh, he was a love child from back in the day or something. But they don't explain that. They
Yeah.
just let us say, like, oh no, he's his son. I was like, what?
Gotta say this for the sequel, though.
Pammy Anderson, she was funny too in there.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, it was a good movie. I mean, it was funny. It was actually funny, man. I actually liked it. I mean, I heard some good things about it because that's what I was hoping. I was like, hope it's good because we haven't really had that. We haven't had really comedies really in movies in a while, and good ones are still even hard to get. So like for this to
Yeah.
come out, it's so weird though. Like we comedies just don't come in movies anymore. The movie theaters like that, and to get the satire one, which we haven't had one of these kind of movies in a while. And I haven't liked one of these movies in a while because like all the extra screams after two. I didn't like the one after two, three, and I think I saw four. I don't remember. I think I saw some of four and I didn't like it. Um, but all those other kind of movies, I didn't really have. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, really liking them and things like that. But yeah, this was good. I hope it's done well, like it can do a sequel, or at least get people to start doing comedies again, and not necessarily like comedies like this, but
Mm.
just comedies in general. Because yeah, you just don't see that anymore. In the movies, for whatever reason. I mean, because they don't cost much. They don't really cost that much,
Right.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just writing. But I mean, writing. I mean, the actors. You paying the actors, but usually, yeah. But compared to like, your big blockbuster movies and shit, like, man, you ain't paying that much. All right, that's basically it. Except for South Park, which you watched also.
Mhm.
The weird 28th season, even though
Season premiere.
it's just weeks after the 27th season, and 27th season only like what 4 episodes or
Mm-hmm.
5 or whatever. I don't know. It's weird. But how'd you like this episode?
I liked it a lot. It was weird, yeah, being this whole season premiere thing, but that aside, like the getting into the like modern memes, I guess the kids are into the 6-7, and I was telling you I had previously heard about that as a meme, like not even on the internet, weirdly. I mean, on the internet, like on podcasts, but like I'm not seeing like people using that as a meme as reaction to anything. What I would
They're
typically
probably too
consider a
young. They're not,
meme.
not supposed to be using like some of those sites we use, Daniel.
Exactly.
I forgot what's
And
the
then I
age
was
on
telling
X.
you,
What's the age on
what's
X?
that?
What's the age on X? You can use X.
Oh,
You're supposed to be.
that's a good question. I have no idea.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
Nowadays, I would say
get your
you need
daughter
to
off
be
of
like
there.
28.
Get
Yeah,
your daughter off of
no,
there.
it's nowhere near that. Um, but I was telling you, ironically enough, that like, yeah, my daughter had said that to me. Like, she was like, 6-7's a funny number, and I'm like, where are you hearing about 6-7 from? Like, get out of here. I'm gonna take you out of this school right now. And then that was like the night before, 2 nights before the South Park episode. So like just immediately hearing that, I thought it was kind of hilarious.
Yeah, I had to look up what the
And
hell
then
that was.
yeah, and then obviously all the stuff with Trump and Satan's baby and everything. That continues to be pretty enjoyable. I don't know that I need to see all of Donald Trump's whole asshole, in cartoon form or otherwise. Like, what does this look like on Comedy Central? Like, is this getting blurred, or is that just
No, it's not getting.
are they?
I'm not watching on Comedy Central.
Yeah,
I'm watching on Paramount. So
yeah, but like, is that getting censored for cable, or is it because it's coming on,
oh yeah,
late enough that they just get away with it?
that's a good question. Yeah, I wonder.
Is that yeah?
I don't know. If I go look it up, I'm scared I'm going to see it again. So,
Because I mean, this whole season has been tiny dick and
yeah,
and now hole on asshole. So yeah, they're still doing their whole too much thing, but
also with the vice
I
president like seeming like trying to get to become president or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, what are what are they doing that weird
I don't
little
know.
dude?
I know, yeah,
Um,
it is. Yeah, it is funny how he looks. Man, yeah, it's also sad too. It's like, darn, man, this is awful. I mean, it's also awful. Like
it's
this
sad
guy
that it's
is.
just
Yeah,
a reflection
yeah.
of reality, and we are actually living. It's not just a funny TV show. It is actually commentary on what is happening right now, and yeah, that is
It's a
kind
fucking
of the most
like
disappointing thing.
if you told somebody in the past what would happen now, like, they think it's a fucking joke. It's like you're fucking joking. It's like
Or at least you would hope they would think it's a
yeah,
joke.
or they would think well, first of all, how the fuck did Donald Trump get president the first time? It's like they say, you say, how do you and then to even get a second term?
Yep.
It's
After all of the events that ended the first term, yeah.
say, well, man, it was a build up, but whatever. That's a long story right now. Um, all right, so I guess we'll get into what we've been playing. So what you been playing, man?
Mainly just tried out Ball Pit this week. I saw that you had played it as well. I had heard some things. I think there was a demo for this around the last Steam Next Fest. But I initially didn't think it was like something I was too interested in, and then I just kept hearing positive stuff and seeing it on Game Pass, and we'll try
Mhm.
and milk the value out of that before it ends. Yeah, so I tried this game out. It's described as like an Arkanoid, like a brick breaker style roguelike, with elements of like your Vampire Survivors, your your things of that nature. And I like it, but at the same time, it's a little bit confusing to me because it's not just like a brick breaker game. I mean, so you're a character, you have a different power, you have these balls shooting out of you, and you're kind of moving up this pit or down the pit, however you want to look at it,
That's
and
something to
you're
say.
dealing with these
Like,
stationary enemies.
is this like the bottom of the pit?
I think you're headed down the pit, like you're trying to get.
Oh, so we just kind of
Or
in a
maybe you do
camera view.
start in the. No, because when you go
You
back
take the
to your
elevator
like
down. Yeah,
thing,
because you take
yeah, you
because
take
you
an
took
elevator down.
yeah. So yeah, you're at the bottom.
So all the enemies are kind of stationary for the most part, and you're just shooting your balls at them. You have balls of different powers. You have the first character that you start out with has a burn effect on the ball, and then you can get like a ghost effect where it'll go through an enemy. But I guess the thing that's confusing me the most is the like brick breaker aspect of it, because like the balls can go past you, and in a lot of they just will, because there are so many balls in play at any given time. You have baby balls, and then you have like your powerful one too. um but like I can't tell if like being in the position to catch the ball, because it's not just diverting back off of you like it would
I
in
didn't
a
know you can.
breaker
I mean,
style
I honestly
game.
don't know. I mean, I was scared they were going to hit me. I mean, like take my health, but I was like,
Well,
oh,
that's the thing, is like the visual language of the game is kind of confusing. Like there's just so much going on at any given time. Yeah, initially, like my first run, I was like, oh, I need to move out of the way of this thing, because I wasn't sure if it was my thing or the enemy's thing or what. And then I think like on run 2, I like stopped shooting baby balls at some point, and I'm not totally sure why that happened, because I thought they just kind of were like the low energy, like always shooting off thing. Um and for the most part, it seems like, at least initially, a lot of the enemies aren't shooting projectiles at you. So
no.
it is mainly like if something's moving, it's coming off of you. Then you eventually see like archers, and they do shoot arrows that are like kind of obviously not yours. And then the boss that I got to at the end of the level, like it just kind of became like a bullet hell at that point. Um so there are definitely elements of it. Like I'm liking the roguelike elements of it, even though like I think I talked just last week about how I'm kind of bouncing off of some of these other roguelike games. Um but I like that stuff, but I'm really struggling to figure out like if I'm playing the game properly, or if there's something that I'm just kind of fundamentally missing. Because I think if that's the case, and I do like figure it out and it clicks, like I could, yeah, definitely get very much into this game. I think it has a very cool art style. It's kind of pixely, but there's also like a 3D, like engine under it, it seems like. The characters are all very pixely, but they have like emotion to them, and a depth to them. And then when you like die, you fall over, and you can kind of see that your character is more than just a flat sprite. And then you go up to the surface level after you die, and you get to get resources. I'm not totally sure what those are going to be used for yet. And it seems like you get like a permanent upgrade for your character, which I always appreciate in these style games, because it makes me feel like I am progressing in some way, even if I do die in relative short order in a run. Um, but yeah, I got to the boss of the first level, I guess it is. I did not beat that guy because it was just like too much going on,
I got
and I didn't.
I got to the second
Sorry.
one.
Okay.
I got to because there's an after you fight this one kind of boss. I thought that was a boss, and I thought that was like the final boss, but then I think the stage got bigger, and then I kept going up, and then there was another boss, to be
Yeah.
stronger, and
Yeah,
then
so
I
it
think I
seems like
died.
there's like 3 in the first level. So there's like that first big kind of statue guy, and then there's the second big one, and then at the end of the level, there's like a big skeleton guy that moves.
Does he
Um,
move forward? He moved forward too?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
he comes up on you and shoots like purple bones at you. And that's where it got like really like, oh, I need to be like moving and getting out of the way because this is like becoming bullet hell because there weren't really too many other enemies to contend with. So it was really you just trying to light them up. But then I realized, like, I think near like right when I was about to die, that just because I was like hitting him, I wasn't necessarily doing damage because like it was bouncing off of his arms. And I think I have to actually get to his like body and head. Um, so yeah, I think I'm gonna watch some videos and see like what other people are doing with this game because I think it's really cool. And then they've got like some old school effects in there. They've got the choice between a pixely font and a HD font and a CRT filter, which I think looks all right. There was one option. I don't know if you turned it on or if it was just on by default, but it was like chromatic aspiration or something like that. And I found that like that just made the stuff around the edge of my monitor look like real shit. Like I couldn't really read the icons. Um, so I don't know if that's another like, oh, we're trying to make it old and vintagey looking, but I didn't like that at all, so I turned that off. So, what has your experience been with it, Dominic?
Yeah. I mean, it's been okay so far. I still have to play some more of it, but yeah, I mean, it seemed like I want to play some more. It seems
Mhm.
like maybe aiming at the side of the wall does something because it seemed like it speeds up the balls to hit the enemies if you hit it like an angle. So it might be more
Yeah.
strategy with that. Um, Also, with the whole like what's different about this game is that it's not that's not only just the focus you fighting those guys, but also building your town above. And like so I did figure out that, oh, I'm shooting the person to get the resources to pick up the resources because I was like, so I was thinking I just place them there, and I was like,
Mm.
why is it? Well, he didn't get anything, and he's just walking around. And then I saw like, oh, you shoot like the ball, and so then I did it where he grabbed the resource from the grass was the wheat, and then he
Mm.
got wood from the woods because he bounced off the wall and went to the woods area and grabbed that.
Oh, okay. Because I had set up like different areas, and I'm like, okay, well, like I farmed this, but now I can't. He's waiting, and it says I can't farm until the next thing. So it's like, what's the point of having multiple things? And then I put a second one down in the same row, and that did both of them. But I didn't consider, oh, if I bounced them off a wall, he could hit all of the areas. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, this. I say, okay, they make it like a game out of this. Like, I said, okay, so that's different. I said so because I would just think it'd just be you build a town. And it kind of reminds me of what Dark Cloud was. Dark Cloud,
Okay.
you go through the dungeon, and it's random, but the dungeons are random. Uh, and you come up with materials to go build your town, and this is almost basically similar to that, just in a different form. And I was like, oh, like okay, I mean that's all right. And yeah, I never played what you call it, a brick and mortar game. What the hell?
Um, Block breaker game.
Oh yeah,
Dark
I don't
Cloud.
know. Yeah, I ain't never heard that before.
Basically single player Pong, bouncing a block off the paddle and trying to knock out the blocks, and you try and get the thing up over the top of them so it just bounces up and down and knocks all the blocks out. I didn't find that I could really do that kind of strategy though in this game.
Is that what they call Peggle?
Yeah, Peggle. Yeah, Peggle is similar. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, I never heard that before. I ain't never heard
Yeah.
Block Breaker. Like, well, the Block Breaker game is there. But what's a famous Block Breaker game?
Arkanoid would be the main one, and then I'm trying to think of what other games like that. Breaker game. Let's see. Yes, Pac-Man. Block Breaker, Bricks Breaker. Those are all just phone variants of the same thing. Yeah, I mean Arkanoid is really
just about to say it's just Arkanoid.
Yeah. And like you said, Peggle is very similar. You know, I feel like sometimes Peggle has like more specific goals than just clear the board, but yeah, Peggle is exactly that. Yeah.
All right. So the games I've been playing, I've been playing some more Outer Worlds. I'm playing the other DLC now, and because I'm kind of close to the end on the main story, so I started that DLC, which is a mystery of a woman, an actress who got killed in a hotel. I'm trying to find out who killed her, and of course, they just like the other DLCs, other quests you can do up there. Like this place takes place at a hotel on these I don't know, I guess they're asteroids or something. That's they are uh darn, what's the word I'm looking for? They're rotating around this planet, like this gas planet or something like that. Um but yeah, the thing about Outer Worlds is like, yeah, you go to space and stuff, but you're never out in space. Like you're always somewhere where you could breathe air. Like they make like they've what was it called when not colonize they what's the word when they make to make something livable like
Yeah.
they
Can't think
shit,
of
what's
it
the
either.
word but like yeah, they do that to the area. So like because that's what I was thinking. It's like, you know what, you never have to wear a spacesuit or nothing. I was like, oh yeah, you never really go. It's not that kind of, it's a game where it's a space game, but you actually everywhere you go is somewhere you can just breathe. um so they darn man, now I gotta think of another word, man. I said that until it's like
I'm trying to look it up. I'm trying to think of the way to word it to give me
oh
that answer.
man, terrorize. I said terrorize, not terraform. Terraform.
Terraform. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That's it.
Or terrorize, man. You terrorize some something there. But anyway,
Terrorized to the creatures that are already on that planet that we don't
yeah,
respect as aliens.
yeah. The everywhere you go is already like either the place is already livable or they terraformed it, where you see like a little or like some kind of orb up top, like supposed to keep the air in and whatever. Um, so I but yeah, this is cool because like it's like the big space in the middle is like where the hotel is, and other amenities are there, stuff like that. And then there's things to do on these bridges. They got hooked up for the other like asteroids and platforms, whatever. And like you go there, like one place is like an orchid where they have these like berries that make this special wine or something. And there's another place I know that I'm at now where it's like a hunting ground where they hunt exotic animals and stuff like that. But yeah, it's still funny, hilarious. It's pretty neat. Like now you have a space where your crew is in the hotel, like not just your ship. They actually actually have a you're staying at the VP section, which the was which was the place where the woman died at. So
Okay.
so it's there, yeah, and like the place is a mess. I mean, it's nice, but you see clothes and stuff everywhere, and it's like they just left it here, and then you see some evidence and stuff. Like, oh, you also get the special
Somebody pick
gun.
up this dead woman's clothes, please.
Yeah. Um, you also have this special gun, which it lets you see like evidence or things of that nature, things you can't really see with the naked eye. And like this doctor, well, this the doctor slash mortician gave it to you. Like she invented it, and later on in the game, I've been using it, but then later on, I went back to talk to her. I talked to her about because after she examined the body, like what's the cause of death and everything. I asked her how she made this gun, and she said like um she said like yeah she always had an idea of doing something like this, and her husband had passed away, and she thought of a way and like to honor him or something like that. So basically saying she put the brain of her husband in there, and like and somehow that works. Whatever science or whatever, but like it's just she said, and I was like, you put your dead husband's brain in here, and then she was like, no, not his whole brain. He's like just done just the part like I forgot like the part with that can think and whatever like can do cognitive stuff. I don't know. But it like because it talks to you and it and like it's pretty funny how it talks to you and just like the robots in the game too. Like they'll say like, hey, I'm gonna say like they tell you what their feelings are because they can't express them. So they said like almost like how the Alcor or on Mass Effect. Uh,
Mm.
but the brain, but the I mean, well, the brain gun now that I call it that since I've been playing for like hours before I even knew that was what it is. Like it it kind of it doesn't really be sassy like the computer from your ship, but it's like it is like it gets it like kind of I mean it's like good annoying. I mean like it's funny for the story, and you can also say some things like, "Oh, thank you, Captain Obvious," or something like that. Like when it tells me something or something like that. Um, and like, but yeah, the game. I mean, this story is it's pretty good. Like I like the whole mystery aspect of it, and also you also see how these workers are all treated all horribly, and how like it's just so funny. Like a lot of times you see like if somebody gets injured, they get blamed for it, like it's their fault, and that they cannot say that it was because of like it was like an accident of your doing, not something that the company did. Like they always have these worded that way, and it's just, it's just hilarious. And like how I mean, you learn this from the main game, like about people dying. Like if you die, you gotta pay because it costs money. So if they like if you so like it's a money, it's like it's money almost. I mean, it's kind of like insurance, but they make it in a way like but it's I don't know, it's done differently, and then they go after your next of kin, whoever's closest to you, and they can't. And sometimes the closest don't have to be like actual family; it could be like what they consider a friend because they just closest to you, and, and yeah, they force them to pay, um, because they said like you and like they say also you like because you dying it hurts the company because we have to find someone else to to replace you instead because of that because of that um yeah. So what else did I play? I played some more Last Defense Force. So I had finished the main story. Well, no, not the well, technically the main one of the main scenarios because, like I said, you get the power to go back in the past. And then I finished that one. Now, like the killing game scenario, that's what's called. Now, within the killing game scenario, there are branches, but those branches they have an ending. Like, and usually it's a bad ending if you don't get too near the end. Um, so I got it all the endings I possibly could do within that scenario. But now I went back to a point where it's kind of in that same long branch of the killing game, but it it diverges into another scenario. And I don't know what it's called yet. But like it's quite a few scenarios, and like the killing game branch was actually pretty good. Like I did learn a little bit more what this road is. It's still a lot of questions though. Still a lot of questions. But I do like the mystery of it. Like you learn a bit, and not like this a small bit. It's like but like a good chunk. But it's a lot of build up to something like I want to know what is this world like? What is going to happen? And like how does this end? And yeah, it's this game, yeah, it's pretty big in that. Like so, just like those other games, because they were pretty long too. Because if you do all like the scenarios, and that's really the game, you're doing all those things because in order to really get the good ending, you have to do a lot of these different scenarios that they come connected. Because some
Right.
things like you can do or probably couldn't do because you did the scenario. So yeah, it's yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Though it's the little things that I really don't like, and to me, it's something like in think of like Power Rangers or well, I say Power Rangers for you because you don't watch anime, but I mean, I guess you seen like Pokemon, like how Team Rocket has to keep saying the same thing,
Yeah.
when they do a thing, or like in Power Rangers, occasionally they'll fast forward and change, but sometimes they'll go through each one and say the whole line of like them changing
Yeah.
to the Power Ranger, and then they show everything. And it's like, dude, we know it. Like you can just fast forward. This game does that. Like in
Oh,
like it
wow.
being like a cutscene, where it's like you're changing into like your battle form, and I'm like, cause I'm thinking like the first like 4 times I let it go because I'm thinking it's something different. I say, okay, something special to happen. It's like, oh, that was the same thing. And then I watch another one, and then it just be like another character maybe because like you got another character with you, and then you'll see them in this one little scene or something of that. And then like or like when the enemies are coming, it's, oh no, enemies are coming at the school. They'll show a cutscene. That's the same cutscene of the enemies running to the school. I'm like, what the fuck? I said, dude, why you gotta keep showing this? Like, what the fuck? Like it's a TV show or something where you're like trying to get like you trying to make time. Like it's like, dude, it's a fucking game. I mean, you can skip it though. You can
Filler.
skip it,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
it's one of those skip buttons where you have to hold it, say hold it to skip. I think like, yo, what the fuck is this? I was like, why are you even showing this? Like, why you keep showing the enemies coming running the same scene and the same scene you changing? You've seen this before. It's like, is it is this a cultural thing that you have to keep repeating yourself? Is that a thing? It's like it just seems stupid. It's like, I mean, it's tiring because oh yeah, and every time like you get to a new day, like to show you the day, and then it says ding dong, like ding dong, whatever, and then like the announcements comes on, and the guy say good morning, blah blah blah. Now, occasionally, sometimes he does say something different, and see, that's what I don't know when to skip.
Mm.
But most of the time he doesn't. So I'm thinking like, dude, if you ain't got nothing for him different to say, just skip the fucking day. Can you just skip me to the day instead of me seeing this freaking? I have to keep mashing the button to skip. I don't get it. Like I don't understand why it does that. It's so because it's weird to me because it's like for television, I get it. You are using time to like instead of writing, like you don't have enough writing. You say, oh, this is good time to fill. I don't know why it's here. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And this isn't a kid's game or something where they're like, oh, I like seeing this guy all the time because kids like, repetitive shit. Um, because yeah, this isn't a kid's game, which is it's funny because some things feel so kind of kiddie to me, but then they talk about sex and stuff, and there's a lot of blood. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's a kids game over Japan. I don't know the culture. I assumed it's not, but I mean, it's really weird with that. But anyway, yeah, that's the gripes I really have with the game with that because it's like, dude, this game is a long game, man. Y'all can you please just fast forward through this shit? All right, so yeah, that's it for Last Defense Force. I say Last Defense Academy, and I mean it's title's stupid too. But I mean, I wish it was just Last Academy because it's actually longer. All right. So I also played the new game, The Keeper, which came out. It just came out on Friday, and
Mhm.
this is by Double Fine. We finally got a new game from them
Yeah,
under Psycho. Not really blaming them. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm
I'm
just.
blaming
I mean,
Microsoft.
I'm mostly what I'm really. It's more like I'm relieved because it's like, oh, they didn't get axed and nothing
Yeah.
came from them really because the Psychonauts 2 was already coming. Um, so the Keeper, which is kind of surprised. This is another thing with Microsoft. It's like we get these like all the games they were showing off that made people really be up for Microsoft because of the future, like the games like Perfect Dark and Fable, um, what's the vampire name, Blade. Um, but like those games haven't come out yet or got canceled. But games like The Keeper, which we didn't really hear about till recently, and games like the one that came out earlier this year too, the
South of Midnight.
South of Midnight. Like those games we didn't even know about at those times, and they come out, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, why would I see the games that you actually showed off that people were like amping up for? It's oh man, it's so God, it's so weird. But anyway, but the Keeper, I only play a little bit of it. So you all this watchtower. There's really no it's no voice like act because nobody's talking really.
Mm,
It's a
okay.
bird that helps you out there. And you kind of come to life. I don't know why you came to life. No idea. I mean, and you kind of like stumbling forward and stuff, and then eventually you'll be able to walk like normal. Well, I guess normal for a watchtower. Um, and
Whatever that means.
yeah. So and it's like a puzzly game, and it really at first it really gives you no direction or like instructions like how to do things, but as you go on, the game start showing you how to do things, which I find it weird because it's like eventually I picked up what to do on my own. I thought that's what the game was trying to do, like make me figure it out. But then it's like sometime in the game, sometime while I was playing, then it said like, "Oh, move the like right stick to light up the plate." I say, I was already doing that. I was like, what the hell? I say, oh, y'all just coming with the stuff now? I said, well, okay. It's kind of weird that they. I thought it was gonna be one of those games where it's like you figure it out on your own, kind of like like as you go, you learn yourself. But
Yeah.
anyway, um, so visually it looks pretty good. Like it has that crazy art style, like kind of reminds me what Double Fine games are. Like they always do these uh kind of zany art style or whatever. That kind of reminds me of like Tim Burton esque kind of thing. But
Mhm.
and like the puzzles, yes, like because you told me that somebody said the puzzles are too easy or simple. The ones I'm doing so far are, but I'm also at the very beginning, so it's not,
Right.
and
You
actually, it's not
expect
really puzzle. Yeah, and actually, I'm gonna say these aren't really puzzles. Honestly, they're probably just more mechanics to teach you the game. Because I'm still at the very beginning, so I can't really
mhm.
judge much of what I played. But I know that visually it looks really good. Um, so far, the mechanics they feel all right. I think I only got stuck in one place because I thought I was supposed to go that way, but actually, when I walked back, I saw like there's another path. I was like, oh, okay. Um, but yeah, so I do want to play it because I see some good reviews of it out there. Like generally, like I see like some really high praise for it. So I'm like, wow, Microsoft got one, but it's like it's none of the big games. It's none of those big time games that they said is these
Yeah.
games that we get surprised they show up. And which I mean, I'm happy, but I'm also like, what the hell? You canceled Perfect Dark. Like it's like what the why?
Yeah.
Like what's going on
You
here?
raised the price of Game Price right before Game Pass right before this came out.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I played some Destiny 2. I actually just played it. Like I played it was it like earlier today, I think, or yesterday, I forget. No, today. I think it was today, yeah, earlier, in the morning. I played it back because I loaded it back up. I finished all the. I forgot what it calls. It's called something light. It's for like beginners of the game, like something they put in to really learn the game.
Oh, okay, that's
Which
cool.
which, which kind of sucks because I took a lot of. It's been a lot of time since I played it, so I finished the last mission, and I was like, oh, I forgot all the shit.
Oh, no. Okay.
But I'm not doing that again. But man, just the menus, and this is for all like uh games at service. Like the menu system is just it's too much shit. Like it's just way too much. Like like it needs to be more simplified. And it probably maybe was it's better than what it was before. Maybe I have no idea because I don't remember what it looked like before. And honestly, the last time I really played the game, there wasn't DLC when I played a lot of the game, and so it was a little easier. It was still bad, but it was a little easier because it was only one DLC. It was no DLC yet, yeah, yet. So, but yeah, it's just like trying to find everything. I looked on the wiki and like not wiki. Somebody put up something because they even said like, yeah, this stuff can be really confusing, and they did like a tutorial thing which I read, and that definitely helped to know where to look for shit, and like how to find the quest to do and things of that nature. Because there's a lot of stuff come up, a lot of stuff they put in, like basically for you to buy the latest one, and then I just feel because it's bad enough I'm trying to learn to play what I can play, but you keep posting about this latest these later missions saying like this, and then I go look, it's like, oh no, this is part of this the DLC, the newest DLC. Please buy. I was like, dude, get the fuck out of here, yo! You're interrupting me. It's like I don't care. Um, yeah, I hate that. I mean, like with Fortnite, like God, man, you just go in there, like, okay, I want to play. God, what the fuck? Like, what do I do? What do I click on? It's like it's so much shit in that game, and it's just like, man, it's just way too much. I mean, yeah, maybe that's just the old man in me, but like, I mean, I don't remember menus being like this. Like, it didn't start being like this until those game of service shit still happening, man. Like, it wasn't this confusing.
No,
Um,
not at all.
actually, maybe I'm trying to think like the first game I ever played where like they had a menu almost. I think it was a Call of Duty. I mean that's just a regular game. I mean it's just the basic game. I think because they had they had the zombies, they had the regular multiplayer, single player, then they had like co-op stuff, and I think that was one where it was like it was a lot. Like it was just a little much, but I still can get through it. But I think that's where the start where I really saw something like it could be a mess. I was like, okay, this is not. Yeah, I don't like how this was done. I want to say it was it it's either Black Ops 2 or 3. I mean, I know 3 wasn't great. I know definitely wasn't great. Because I actually have that one. Um, where I'm at. Oh, and I played some more Marvel Invasion because I want to record some more. So I played with Spider Man and She Hulk, and
Mhm.
I had a hard time getting used to She Hulk. Now I see like yes, like there's guys who have projectiles. So like I had played with Rocket Raccoon before. He was a guy who had projectiles, and Spider Man has webbing. That was his projectile. While when I played Wolverine, he didn't have projectile. And just like She Hulk, like she was like basically a muscle and stuff like that. But I was like really dying with her, man. I was hoping like, man, since she's She Hulk, she can take more damage or something. But yeah, yeah, that I mean that's on me really. But yeah, but I had fun with the game. Like it's cool. Like 'cause these guys have all these different moves, and the and also like having it, you can actually switch between two characters. Like each player can switch between two characters. I mean that it creates a lot of variety, and and it and replay value too. So that's what's really cool about it. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I really want to play this game. Like I don't know when exactly it comes out. It says 2025, but who knows? Like
We're
exactly
approaching
when.
the end of the year.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, man, it is fun. And you still haven't tried it yet?
I touched it a little bit, but not much.
Oh. And it was another game too that it was a demo. Oh no, you talked about it, Sonic. You actually played that one.
Yeah, there was Sonic.
Uh, all right, so I guess that's it, and then we take a quick break. When we get back to the flashback segment, and we're back. So now we're going to flash back to 2015, 10 years ago, see what games came out this week. And there's only one game really worth mentioning for this week, and it's Dragon Quest Heroes, The World Trees Woe, and The Blight Below. And you know what? I did not even realize that was the subtitle for that game. I think I just called Dragon Quest Heroes. I think that's what most people do. But yes, this is the Dynasty Warrior-esque kind of Dragon Quest game, and it was all right. I actually beat this game, and it was okay. It was a little different as far as Dynasty Warriors. Like I think they really kept it close to Dragon Quest, which I appreciate what they do with those games, like how they do those cross games, like they did with Zelda. But it's not like a big open space and you fighting a lot of enemies. It's almost like a stage area. I mean, it's still quite a few enemies, but it doesn't feel like, oh yeah, you got like thousands of enemies all over the place or something like that. It never really felt like that. It was a little different. That's why I don't really like as much as the like other ones like Fire Emblem or Zelda. The Zelda ones, it was all right. I mean, it was all right. Like the story wise, like RPG elements, all that stuff. It felt like it really felt like it was a Dragon Quest, another type of Dragon Quest game. That's what I really like, and uh, I kind of wish it was more of that. But then again, I guess the story because there had to be like a war because I guess it. But I don't know. Like I don't even remember what the story was. I mean, I haven't played this game in 10 years. I guess you would say. I guess. Let me see. It's yeah, it has mixes access that combat Koi Tecmo or series with carry the monster universe. The game is yeah, it like in the Wikipedia says, the game is much more heavy on RPG elements than most of Omega Force's other titles. The game has a roster of 13 characters, and having unique weapons and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I would say. Like it's definitely, and so I give them that. Like it's unique-ish. Like it's still like a dragon. It feels like a Dragon Quest. So like I guess to appeal to those fans, also, but have that element of like more action. Um, all right. So that's it really for 2015. So now we go back 20 years. And 20 years ago, we got what? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I still got game. I thought you said it was only one
That's good.
game.
I just realized that those were in the same year. Sorry.
All right.
I was looking at it. I was like, Downwell didn't come out 20 years ago.
All right. So I'm still on 10 years ago. Apparently there are more games for this year. Downwell came out 10 years ago. So what is this game, Daniel?
Yeah, Downwell's I think it kind of blew up as a phone game because it's a vertical thing. You hold your phone like you normally would to play it, and basically on the phone you were a little guy with like jetpack boots, and you were going down a well, and you would tap the screen to kind of keep them from just falling straight down.
Oh, okay.
And you were avoiding obstacles and stuff like that mostly. It was kind of like Flappy Bird, but if you were going down instead of left or right, or right, I think mostly Flappy Bird. But it was a really clever little game. I think I ended up with it on my phone for a little bit and playing. I don't know if I ever got it on the PC. I don't know that I ever got really too far in it either, but I thought it was a really cool experience, especially for somebody who's not big on phone games, really.
Yeah. All right. So now we also have Broforce came out
Yeah.
10 years ago. So what is this game, Dan?
Broforce is kind of like, I guess you could say like a Contra. It was a side-scrolling action shooter. And basically they had like caricatures of different movie action heroes. Like there would be an Arnold from, Predator
Oh, okay.
or Blade, Sylvester Stallone in something, I'm sure. And it was different like caricatures of those guys. And then each one of those had their own like distinct way of fighting. Like Blade obviously was more melee, had a sword. Arnold from Predator has a machine gun or something like that. Another guy would just kind of chuck grenades. It was a really cool kind of fun concept and pretty solid gameplay, I thought.
Oh, you finished. I'm sorry, man. I was reading something. I saw something pop on my phone. I'm sorry.
You good?
Yeah. I never played Broforce. I always seen it and it always looked interesting, but I just never.
Mm.
Yeah, I never tried it. And yeah, I don't know why that like it sounded like something that'll be all right. And it's multiplayer, right? I mean, is it
Yeah.
couch co-op or is it online?
I'm not totally sure, and I think nowadays you can kind of find ways around that stuff with the built-in Steam stuff that they do,
Yeah.
and also like Parsec.
All right. So the last one is Yoshi's Woolly World came out on the Wii U.
Yeah.
And this was the Yoshi game, and it looks like he's made of yarn and stuff like that. And man, it looked I always liked the look of it. That's what I really liked about the game. And
Mm.
I played a bit of it because I played it on a Wii U, and I didn't get really too far. I think it got like I don't know, I didn't finish the whole first world or whatever, but I know I did like 5 stages of the game. It's not easy like Epic Yarn was for the Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Mm. Mm.
Um, but it was. I mean, I can't really compare it to other Yoshi's games. So I don't really play them like so. But I mean, for a platformer, it was fun. Like I enjoyed it. It was creative, and that, like I said, the art style was really what got me to even get interested in this game. Honestly, uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, I thought it was all right. I mean, it got rated like 78 on Wii U. It was on 3DS also, 77.
Oh yeah, I forgot
And
they did the re-release there.
well, they say was there another one? Yoshi's Woolly World and Poochie? Was that like
Yeah.
or
Yeah, that's what came out later.
okay. The 3DS had that, and yeah, did this ever come on the Switch, or they just went straight to the new Yoshi?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think they just went to the new one because they had done the 3DS kind of re-release of it already.
Oh, okay. All right. So that is it for 2015, and now we're going 20 years, 2005, and we have Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney came out for the DS.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you played this game actually before me. So like, how did you hear about it?
I don't it must have been, whatever I was listening to or watching at the time. I talked I think last week about Trauma
Podcast
Center.
didn't exist in 2005.
It's the only one
Like,
that existed, Joe Rogan. That's where I
it's
hear
like
everything.
I don't know when like podcasts became like a thing. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean 2005, I would have been at Target by then, I believe. And I'm trying to like yeah, I mean I would have had an iPod Touch, I think, at that time. So I was listening to stuff by then, I believe.
I know I wasn't.
God, we really are getting that rainway.
I didn't even know about it. I don't think I knew. Yeah, this time I didn't even know about podcasts. I didn't
Yeah,
know what
'cause
they
I
were.
don't. It's like, what year did Giant Bomb start? I don't know that it would have been
You
there.
didn't listen to Giant Bomb till after me.
I was gonna say, yeah. Um, So I think it was just basically
And I didn't know you.
the DS stuff was
So actually,
so.
no. I think I did. I think I came in August 2005 to Target. I think it was
What did
August.
that be?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Yeah, I think it was basically around that time. It was like there's only so many DS games. Um, so I was kind of keeping an eye out because, like, even Trauma Center, I think part of the reason why I had that game is just because there weren't many other games. And this was kind of in the same vein as that. I'll also like if yeah, I would have been on like the IGN forums probably around this time. I was
Okay.
definitely there. I'm trying to think, like, was
Using
that middle
racial slurs and
school?
everything. Yep.
Try not to. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think now. But yeah,
It was
it
on
probably
MySpace.
would have been a combination of those. Was that? No,
I
I
said,
never was on MySpace because, like, no, that was Facebook that you needed the college account for. Yeah, MySpace just kind of like passed over me completely. I
yeah, I never been
never
either.
was
I never set
interested
up
in
account.
that at all. And then even Facebook, it was like, oh,
It
you
was on
need a
Black
college
Planet.
account for the yes,
Yeah.
I was on my pay. How'd you know? Um, yeah, so regardless, I forget how I came about it, but yeah, it has a similar kind of sense as a trauma center. Um, so yeah, and then getting into it, it was kind of like this wacky kind of irreverent, you know, detective style game, even though, you know, he's an attorney, but really he was doing a lot of the detective work because
Yeah,
Gumshoe
yeah.
is just a bumbling idiot.
Matlock.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
The
Um,
Japanese young Matlock.
yep. And because of so much Matlock that I watched with my grandmother, I was intrigued by this game.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and this one was really interesting because like now we know like this is a game that had previously come out on I think like Game Boy Advanced for the Japanese audience, but they brought it over here. Now it was a DS game. So like they added that one mission at the end where it's actually like, oh, I'm touching stuff, I'm moving it around. You know, it's got actual like 3D aspects to it because I can turn these objects and look at the underside of them. And I always wanted like more of that. And then they never really got to that, at least in the Ace Attorney
Yeah,
trilogy,
yeah.
because those were all games that had previously come out and they
Mhm.
just didn't do the same amount of work to make them like DS games like they did with this one. Um, yeah, I mean the humor in it, yeah, I think was really good. The writing in it was a lot of fun because at the end of the day, that's kind of what these games rely on because there's a little bit of gameplay as far as like
Yeah.
finding
It's more
and
visual. It's
solving
more like visual
puzzles.
novel.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they do a really good job with that stuff.
And later on, they added more gameplay elements. Like they added
Mhm.
more to it as they evolved. But yeah, because you told me about this. Because when I finally got DS, when the DS Lite came out,
Mhm.
that's when I was borrowing your games, and so like I tried that, and yeah, man, I was like, and I fell in love with that game. I was like, man, I really like this. Like I thought it was pretty cool. Like the whole story and like the courtroom thing and stuff. And even though, I mean, I know Japanese courtroom's different, but I was like, I don't think it's like this. I don't think,
In
I don't think, but
his
yeah,
Japanese courtroom, he would be failing every single time
yeah.
because
And
they
then
have like
it's
100% conviction rate or something like that.
and maybe in Japan it's opposite because I'm like prosecutors. I mean, you could have like a lawyer who's struggling lawyer or something like who does like yeah, but I rarely would see like a super rich prosecutor. Like that's not that mean like they have Ezra like he's all like he's rich, he has these nice cars and stuff. I was like, nah, I'm not saying all prosecutors are like that, but it's a government job. And compared to like I would see there would be lawyers, I mean there would be yeah, defense attorneys, they would like because they'll be doing for the big companies sometimes or something, or they're big time lawyers or something because they get paid. differently. Like it's not just a straight like saying the same check or something. And I was like, why they make it like he's poor lawyer, but but how they make the prosecutors in this game is it's funny to me because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, is that like in Japan? The prosecutors are the big money lawyers or something. It's
Because
like
they're
what
always
the
winning, though, and that's why.
hell? I was like, they got government money. The government got money like that to be paying them. Um, but yeah, it's pretty funny how they it making like to the anime style and like I guess you could say like the fights are really just them pointing at each other and like
Yeah.
evidence, doing the evidence stuff like that, like objection. It's like hold
Just
it or
people
something like
being
that.
angry.
Yeah, I just like how deep the voice of the big time attorney that was Edgeworth's mentor. He's like objection, like he's was the big boss. It's like it was like he really, it was like, really, make it like oh he's intimidating. It's like but yeah, it is it's a funny it's a cool game. And they really get creative with it as time goes on with the later iterations of it, that series. And now that they put out all these like remakes, I just want to know. Okay, so now they gotta do a new one. They can't do, well, let's do a remake. A remake. I mean, let's go that route because yeah, they bought all the games over now.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I hear an announcement of like a brand new Ace Attorney game. All right, so where we at here? Fear came out 20 years ago. This was a first-person shooter. I know this is really known for like PC, like because it didn't come to consoles until then. Was there a Fear on Xbox? I know it was on 360. That could have been Fear 2 on 360. I forget. Maybe there was, or I forget which one. But
Yeah, like I feel like I remember a Fear on Xbox, but it might be just Fear on 360.
yeah, yeah, it's 360. Yeah, it's 360. I'm looking now at the thing. 360 and PS3.
Gosh,
Um, they say so. Like Fear, it was a first-person shooter, but like a psychological horror with this little girl who's like a ghost thing, and
we loved a ghost little girl back then, Dominic.
yeah. So I didn't play this game until 360. Like I actually got because I have a PC to play it, and so I was like, oh, let me try this game out, and hopefully, I was see. Then I was thinking like, oh, I'm older now. I should be not afraid of these games. I did not get far. I think I saw that girl one time, and then I was like, nope. And then I played some multiplayer. And I tried the multiplayer out, and I'm playing with these guys from like Germany or something, or like some European. They had a really accent, almost like German or Belgium or something like that. I know that I forgot what they said they were from. They weren't. I know it definitely wasn't French, or it could have been Switzerland. I don't know, or Norwegian. I forget what it is. But anyway, I was just playing some multiplayer with that, and just getting my ass kicked because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Anyway, but this is like it's a first person shooter though, like it's action, but it does yeah. I think you also get some powers. I want to say, if I'm not confusing with the second one, I think you get some. Yeah, you do. You get reflex time. Um, and I don't know how. Now I'm trying to think because your group. I think what you work for, the group, is called Fear. I think that's just your yeah, because Fear is actually an acronym for First Encounter Assault Recon. That's what it's for. And I don't know the story. Like, I wonder if it's like it's not called Fear because y'all go that scary stuff. Maybe I was just exactly what it said, and then it just so
Yeah,
happens that there's a girl, there's a ghost girl here
I
now.
think that's at least initially the idea. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like oh my god, it said no. Now it's ironic. um,
Oh no, I'm sorry. It was founded to combat paranormal threats to national security, Dominic. This little ghost girl is a terrorist.
Oh, so you do that. Okay, so that's why they kind of fear. Okay,
You're
all right.
Ghostbusters, Dominic.
Yes, and the United States Army. It is the United States Army group. All right, and it's which means they have the right to do anything. Really, the United States. Like we're the only ones that
Obviously,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, we can just blow up freaking drug ships off the coast of Venezuela and everything, and no repercussions. All right.
Only if there are ghosts on them, Dominic.
Yeah.
Ghosts
I
and
mean,
drugs. There's fentanyl ghosts.
ghost terrorists. The ghost terrorists. There it goes. As long as you put terrorists behind it, Daniel, you have the right. We're
Yes, of
protecting
course.
them. Was so okay. Yeah, here it is. Here's the plot. All right, there. The United States Unit Fear was founded to combat paranormal threats and national security. Like you said, the game is set in 2025. Oh, look at that, Daniel. It's set now in the fictional city of
Oh
Fairport.
no, it's more real than we thought, Dominic.
Begins as the unit is joined by a newly assigned sergeant. He's referred to as Point Man. As a facility owned by Armacham Technology Corporation, ATC, a psychic operative named Paxton Fattel has gone rogue. Officially an aerospace manufacturer and medical research company, in reality, ATC was hugely powerful private military company dabbling in cryogenics, nuclear technology, cloning, and telepathy. They were attempting to develop a unit of telepathically controlled clone soldiers known as replicas, and Fattel was their commander. However, he has now used the replicas to seize control of the facility. And I'm guessing that girls, maybe she was part of the project or something. Maybe because it seemed like it's taking a long time just to get to that part. That's what I was really hoping they would explain.
It's the only part we care about.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to know what the girl. Yeah, where does she come into play? Oh, well, it says Jawanski disappears and Point Man begins to have powerful hallucinations, implying that he has a deeper connection to Fattel. I guess yeah, that's the character you play as. But I don't know. I don't know what the girl shit is. They don't explain
I think that I like spoilers. I believe I remember what ended up happening was you are the brother of Fattel, and then like the ghost girl is actually your mother. But yeah, obviously in child form. It went some places, Dominic.
All right. So that's okay. So that's why you're seeing her. And nobody else can see her, can they? Or just you and Patel?
That I don't know. Okay, yeah, here we go. In from Wiki, Point Man then has a hallucination in which Fattel tells him that they are brothers, both born of Alma. Point Man is the first prototype.
Alma, that's her name, right?
Yeah, Alma. Yeah, because I think then in like the second game you see like grown up Alma because they they wanted to make her sexy. She became like a MILF, Dominic.
Okay. But yes, that was Fear. That I mean, it was rated pretty good, man. And I just left the wiki. I mean, well, what was it rated?
I think it was the thing that people praised about it was the like the AI, the enemy AI. There was a lot of like ducking and rolling behind stuff. Eurogamer gave it a 9. Game Informer gave it a 9.
Whatever, Halo did it.
Gave it a 9.1. IGN gave it a 9.2. Just the one-up GameSpot, you know. That was on the PC.
We're always rolling. Halo came on PC eventually.
Yeah.
All right, so next game, The Warriors came out 20 years ago. This is huge, man, because this came out of really nowhere. I mean, not really come out of nowhere, but like that Rockstar was working on a game like this. Like, it's just so weird because it's like it's a cult movie that a lot of people don't really know about, and you're making a video game of it. And then, like, after watching the movie, I'm thinking, like, how the fuck did they think to make a game out of this movie? And like, it was a beat 'em up game. It's about this gang in New York, and they're all meeting up with a bunch of other gangs. Seem like all the New York gangs are all meeting up, and to what was the guy who got killed? Who was talking to everybody? Like he's kind of like trying to bring everybody together. But he gets assassinated, and somebody blamed the Warriors. One of the gangs they blamed the Warriors, saying they did it. So all the gangs in New York basically are going after them, and they got to go back to Coney Island. And there are I forgot where they were at, but it was a long way. So they had to go through all the city to get to Coney Island, and so you fighting getting through all these gangs, and like through the game they added stuff because it's longer than the movie. But it was well done. Like I liked it. I enjoyed it. I mean, I want to play it again. I wish it was on PC. I mean, you have to do an emulator really to play it again. Like, and honestly, yeah, that's the only way you can play this game is if you have a PlayStation 2 or an original Xbox. I don't know if it was ever brought over through the Xbox, emulator thing, whatever.
I
So
want to say maybe PlayStation has it as like, one of their classics.
oh yeah, maybe they do. And
Yeah, they've got it on there for $15.
yeah, I remember they borrowing. I didn't buy it. I borrowed it. I think it's some either Games Netflix or GameFly, and yeah, man, it was. I mean, I had fun. I think my friend he also had it. He really liked it, and like because he used to talk about like say, man, why Rockstar? Because he was talking to me like this just a few years ago, like why Rockstar don't make those games no more like Warriors or Bully. It's like man, it's like games changed. Like they just staying with Grand Theft Auto, man, because they basically money, man.
It
It's
takes
like
them 20 years to make one.
yeah, it takes a long time to do that, and then that
And then
brings in
they
all the
make
money.
unlimited money.
And I guess they don't want to take nothing away to make these other games. Like they can't nothing, no everything's people are definitely keeping things safe. Like nobody's taking chances anymore.
Nope.
Because I mean, yeah, for them to do a game like I can't picture a company doing something similar to this again. I mean, at least like not for a very long time. A lot of things have to change for that to happen.
Not with how much money it would probably cost them to make this game nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, like you said, the indie scene is like really where it is, where the creativity is. But
because like
also,
even with this being a property, like the Warriors is not like a huge name.
No.
So it's not a guarantee like, oh, Warriors fans are gonna buy this game. Who's gonna buy this game?
They can't or do another property, well the cult classic is out there.
I mean, you see that with like the Evil Dead and the horror games nowadays.
Yeah.
Hellraiser, they're coming out with that. Like, there's no guarantee that that's gonna, sell gangbusters.
You got that. Most they'll do is like put like a property in within another game, or do something where you can, you could probably make some money off it. It'd be some sell some microtransactions or something, man, like to get something. So it's like, hey, even if it fails, at least we made something. It's like, but yeah, it's crazy because and Manhunt, man. I mean, yeah, it's yeah, man. Rockstar, man, they were doing some big things, man. They were being like, yeah. I mean, a lot of these companies were. I mean, they're still doing big things, but it's one big thing. it's one. I mean, it's one huge thing, but still, they were doing Grand Theft Auto and doing these games, man. All right. Yeah, but the Warriors, yeah. But like gameplay wise, yeah, it was a beat 'em up. It was co-op there. Obviously, I mean, unless it was on, I doubt it was online with these things. Nah. That's the unfortunate thing. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was fun. I mean, yeah, I really liked it. Did you play it?
No, I never.
Oh, you never did play it. Oh yeah, because you had a
I was never
GameCube.
big in. Yeah, I had a GameCube, and I was never big into the Warriors or at that time like Rockstar. I liked their stuff, but it wasn't like I had to be there for every one of their games.
Well, I didn't know what the fuck. None of my friends knew what the Warriors were. I didn't know who the Warriors were until after the game. I played the game first, then I looked up what the Warriors were. then I watched the movie. Like, only reason I got it is because I read it was good, and I
Yeah.
read it, and so yeah, I didn't even know it was like they said like an old cult movie. I was like, oh, okay. It was like because I was working at Target and I saw it on the end cap. I mean, and I saw like, oh,
Mhm.
there's that movie, the game we played, and then I picked it up there. All right, well, we got Quake 4 came out 20 years ago. I played this on Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, I liked it. I don't remember anything about it. I mean, that was a fucking long time ago. But hey, it was done by Raven Software. Raven Software has done some good things. They're now
Yep.
just all kind of melded in with Call of Duty now. Um, like I'm wondering who from this team is still there, like who's on part of Raven. But I don't like I said, I cannot tell you about this game, but hey, all I'll say is like these
I
games
want
were
to
like
say like the twist of it was like, oh, you're playing as one of the Strog or something like that.
oh, so that's
But
what
that's
you are in
about
this
the
one?
only thing that I feel like I remember.
Let me see. The fourth quick blah 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 blah. Um, stronger emphasis on single player than its predecessor. Uh, yeah. However, they had the multiplayer stuff in there, but I didn't play that. It continues the story from Quake 2 by painting the player against cyborg alien race known as the Strog. The game follows the story of a Marine Corporal, Matthew Kane, who is joining the elite Rhino Squad. Following the success of the protagonists of Quake 2 in destroying the Strog's leader, the Macron Rhino Squad is tasked with spearheading the mission to secure the aliens' home planet, Strogos. In the course of the invasion, the squad ship is shot down and crashes in the middle of the battle zone, separating Kane from his companions. Kane rejoins his scattered team members and partakes in the assault against the Strog. Um, yeah, I mean, I just figure like, hey, Doom killing aliens, they're just not demons. Um,
Yep.
that's how I really saw this game, and I mean, I had fun. I didn't hate it. Uh, Age of Empires also came out 20 years ago. This great strategy game, which I never really played, but it is famously known like it's one of those games, some PC games that people played like
Mhm.
that. Along with that, with Civ, I'm trying to think: is this real time or turn real time? Yes, that's the difference.
Real
Yeah,
time.
this and then Civ is that's actually real time. Oh, it's also on the Engage.
Yeah.
Uh, man, Engage was like an old phone game. I mean that was kind of cool because playing special games on phone, man.
Yeah.
But it was like made for gaming, and then you hold the phone aside. It looks weird because it looks like a really weird phone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you would literally hold the like edge of the phone to your face to talk into it. So like
yeah.
I think they used to refer to it as like taco mode.
Yeah. All right, we got Jack X Combat Racing. This was basically like Twisted Metal with Jack and Dexter. Or as racing, it's still racing. So I guess it's still like pod racing, but extreme, like
Yeah.
extreme pod racing. But you actually did some of these races in like three, and now they just kind of made a game of it. And I mean, and they actually didn't get bad as I thought. It's got 76 on Metacritic. But I mean, these guys did work on some of these guys. I mean, I don't know if the same guys, but I mean, this is the company that did Crash Racing, so
Oh, okay.
like they know a little something. I mean, it's Naughty Dog. It was developed by Naughty Dog.
Yeah, that
Uh,
makes sense.
so yeah, I didn't really. know that. I mean, because I didn't know if they gave it to somebody or something. But okay, so now they did do it. So that's why it's got an okay score. Um, but yeah, I never played this. Yeah, because I didn't. Well, this is 2005. Yeah, I'm not really big on racing games and even kart racing game. Like, I just didn't care. Like, all I care about was the platform for Jack. So I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I was way into that. Shadow Colossus came out, man. This game that
Yeah.
everybody calls like a very like form of art. People like to say. But I mean, I appreciate the game, man, for what it is, and I mean, it was creative. It was something different, and like the whole idea of like you climbing these colossus and the mechanic that they use for it, like the actual controls. That was pretty good. That was cool.
Mm.
And yeah, like it's almost like you said, like a boss rush kind of thing because you're going tackling these colossus, and it's
Yeah,
not
because the
you.
real world was really barren outside of, the
Yeah,
bosses themselves, the colossi. But each one of them had their own unique, like, oh, how do I get onto them? Okay, now that I'm onto them, how do I get to their weak spot? What do I need to do that? So there was a lot of like, it's kind of puzzle platforming almost in a way. Um,
yeah, I got
yeah,
high praise. Um,
I think
oh,
this is one
good.
of the first like PS2 games that I played when I finally got one, I think. Now that I'm thinking about it, cuz like I had a collection of PS2 games and I never really ended up playing that many of them, but I think this is one of the ones that like head down, got into it, got my component cables because I needed my picture to look really nice back in the day. I couldn't deal with the RCA cables anymore. And I played that because I remember like Eco being like a big deal to people on like Tech TV or G4 TV or whatever it was at that time. And maybe that's like where I heard of like Ace Attorney and whatnot. Cause yeah, I was getting a lot of my game information from that as well. Um, and I definitely remember them talking a lot about Eco and then eventually Shadow of the Colossus. Um, so yeah, once I actually got a PS2, I think off of eBay, one of the slim ones, this was one of the games that I actually like sat down and played straight through because I don't think I waited until the PS3 version to play that.
All right. It got 91 Metacritic, and but I look at these scores. I see a lot of scores in the eights. And I'm like, I guess it's some other publications that got it to the 90. Cause yeah, cause I
My
see,
review
yeah.
gave it into the 90s, Dominic.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it would be in the 90s, but I guess yeah, Game Four did give it a 9. They gave it 8.75.
I think it's definitely kind of, one of those divisive games, right? Like you either really love it or you kind of just bounce off of it pretty easily.
I guess. I mean, it's still how high scores though. I mean, they're not
I
none of them are
mean,
really low.
Dominic, you and I both know, especially at that time and even through today, a 7 is detrimental. A
Yeah,
7 might as well be a 1.
yeah. So they kept it at 8. They said, "No, this it's not a 7 because people are not gonna
That's a
like
5, effectively, if you're using the whole scale.
All right. Yeah, but this is like some people consider like one of the best games like of all time, like kind of thing. Like people that like really like they put it up there. It's like should be
Yeah.
talked about.
I mean, it's definitely like a work of art, right? Like in a way that some games aren't. I think it not just visually either, I think in the way that they choose for the gameplay as well. But
Yeah,
at the
like a
same
Duke Nukem.
time, yes, Duke Nukem 3D, obviously, yes. It's not Duke Nukem Forever. Um, so I think it gets a lot of points for that. I think it's looked at, and I think part of it is also like it's one of those things where like you have the actors win the Oscar for a movie that they didn't necessarily like wasn't necessarily their best, but it was time, and you're worried that there might not be another chance. I feel like a lot of the praise for Shadow of the Colossus was kind of overdue praise for Eco as well. So I think those two kind of got, it got a little bit of bump off of that.
And then I guess they didn't know the Last Guardian was coming.
Oh, well, that's, yes, exactly. Or maybe they did. That's the problem, right? So gotta give it to them now, because if we give it to them when the Last Guardian comes out, then people are gonna get suspicious.
All right, we got Stubbs the Zombie, and Rebel Without a Pulse. This was always really talked about. Like I always see it in magazines because, and
they
every
must
time
have had
I see
a big ad buy on that thing.
Because I always say like, yo, it's
money.
built with the Halo engine, and like for me that really meant nothing because I just thought like, oh, what is Master Chief in it? Because I don't know what that means.
I just thought games appeared.
Yeah, like
what's an engine?
So yeah, like it uses the Halo engine, and that's like the big mark. And I mean, that's good advertisement because a lot of people don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but they see Halo and they like Halo, so they say, hey, that's how we're gonna get people to get this game, get this Stubbs the Zombie game. I don't know if it worked. I mean, it might have got it fooled some people. It might have fooled some people to get it. But I never played it. So I have no idea how
I played a little bit of it because I remember, being a GameCube fan, like looking at it kind of like, oh, this could be like an Xbox mascot. It kind of looks like a mascot platformer.
Did you get it on Xbox 3, and you played on Xbox 360?
I think I want to say maybe it came later on PC, and that's where I played
on PC.
it.
Okay, all right, yeah, it did. It did. It came out a month later on PC.
Oh, only a month later. Okay, maybe I don't know if I got it that soon after, but yeah, I think I played it on the PC.
You got it on the Mac.
Then realized
it came out a day after
isn't
the Windows.
okay. Wow, look at them. Yeah, I think I remembered like going like, this isn't like super great. I think if like you like the what's the alien one?
What's it called? Destroy All Humans.
Yeah, Destroy All Humans. I think it's got a lot of like Destroy All Humans kind of vibes to it.
Okay.
If you enjoy that game, I think you could find some fun in this. But obviously, I think this is a game that if you went back now, was that?
Yeah, 75 on Metacritic. That's actually higher than I thought.
Yeah.
But Edge,
I think if you went back now, it probably didn't age very well.
Yeah, Edge gave it a 6. Eurogamer gave it a 4. Yeah, the Europeans did not like this
game. Yeah. They just don't get our humor, Dominic. Jeez.
Yeah, there's not enough farting.
Exactly.
But yeah, like a lot of the even Game Informer gave it an 8. Like everybody else is kind of like the high 7s and low 8s on the game.
That sounds about right.
But it cannot become the franchise that we know and love. But it did have a re-release when somebody else had picked up the property. THQ Nordic, I want to say. They made the remaster of it.
Yeah.
You need to get on the Switch, Daniel. It's on the Switch.
Is it on the Switch? Okay.
Yeah. All right. No, we got one more. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland came out 20 years ago.
Oh,
Did you play this one?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. This is kind of like, I want to say this is the last like one that I was kind of into, because I want to say after this was like the motion ones. American Wasteland.
Was it Thug? You didn't play Thug?
Was Thug not before this?
Oh, it was? Thug 2 also? Damn.
I want to say yeah.
Oh, they were both before. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to say this is like
the next gen. I thought they
returning to
Yeah, you're right. Because Thug 2, yeah.
Because this was a cross-platform game. I think this came out on Xbox 360 too.
Yeah.
As well. And that's where I played it, I think. Does that sound right? In 2005, Xbox 360? No. It didn't come out on
Oh, so
Xbox.
Thug 2 is on PC.
No, okay, yeah, it came out on Xbox in November.
Oh, Steam got it.
So yeah, I got this on Xbox 360. It used the kind of open worldness that Thug did, but went back to like, oh, I'm playing as like an actual skater, I believe. I was really into the soundtrack too, because what they did was take like old punk songs and have new bands, new at the time bands, redo them, like My Chemical Romance doing, forget what the song was. Senses Fail doing Institutionalized. I'm just looking at the thing now. Astro Zombies, that's what it was. A song from the Misfits, performed by My Chemical Romance. But it was a whole bunch of like Alkaline Trio, Thursday, Fall Out Boys, Thrice, Dropkick Murphys. Like it was all bands like I was very much into at the time, doing like older punk music, and I thought that was like super cool. So yeah, I was like super into the soundtrack too. The gameplay of it, I think, was fine. There were definitely better Tony Hawk games before it, but for me, it was kind of really I if I'm remembering correctly, kind of the last one that I spent a significant amount of time with before the series. Yeah, because it was American Wasteland, then Downhill Jam, which is the Wii one with the motion stuff, and then Project 8, which I got, but I didn't get super into because they were trying to do something a lot more like Skate. And then Proving Ground. I don't even know if I touched Proving Ground. And after that, it was more just motion stuff until they did Pro Skater HD, which wasn't very good, and then Pro Skater 5, which was bad. Yeah, so this to me was the last good Tony Hawk game.
All right, man. Oh, cool.
And I think the DS version was actually pretty cool too. Like they went full 3D with it, and it wasn't like the perfect representation of Tony Hawk, but it was nice. It was a nice little mobile kind of variant, even though they had previously done like the Vicarious Visions had done the isometric ones for the Game Boy Advance which were pretty good. I think this one kind of nailed more of the traditional style of Tony Hawk.
All right. So that's the last of 2005. So now we got one game for 30 years ago, 1995. And this was WWF WrestleMania. The PlayStation version released. I don't know the exact date of the arcade version. I forgot to look it up. I mean, on the wiki, not the wiki. On what we did, they just have it 2025. I mean, not 2025. I mean, they have it the same year, 1995. I just don't know the month. So I guess really to talk about, I mean, that one was really the first release, but that was known like the best wrestling arcade game, man, ever. And I remember seeing that game and thought like, oh my god, this looks so real because it looked like Mortal Kombat, but it was wrestling.
Yeah.
And man, it looks so good. And I didn't have the PlayStation. I didn't even know. Honestly, I didn't even know it came on PlayStation.
I don't think I did either.
I probably would have gotten it, and because the arcade what I did play, and I was really good at it, but I loved how the game looked, and I love watching people who did know how to play. I mean, it looked cool, and um, yeah, and like reading about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, so it was known as like one of the best arcade games. I always thought, I was like, man, it's like this looked really good, man. I was like, darn, man, I wish I could have this on console or something like that. And it actually did happen. It actually
Oh
did happen. I
yeah,
got
I'm
it.
looking at this thing like somebody's got a video of it like 4K 60 frames per second. I know it didn't look like this at the time.
Yeah, that's how it looked like,
Uh,
Daniel. They had the technology.
well, just like I
Is
don't
it
know
to
if they're
the
using like AI upscaling or something, but like these models are just like clean. But yeah, like I remember like Razor Ramon's arm turning into a razor blade and like Doink, doing the
yeah,
handshake, shocking you and stuff like that.
like yeah,
I
it went
wish they
like
would do
really
more like
arcadey. Like
fun
it was
wrestling
really
stuff.
yes, like really arcadey wrestling, man. like a video game. They made a video game, and that's why it was like Mortal Kombat, because like it did the crazy shits, but it was just for wrestling. And I was like, oh
That's why
my
it was so
god.
disappointing when NetherRealms did that WWE game for the phones. Like, that would have been such a cool concept for them to like actually flesh out in a console, full game version of that thing. I just can't believe they never did that.
Yeah, I see the long. Oh my god, yeah. Midway, yeah, that's right. Midway was
Yeah.
the guys. Yeah, that was a
That's
time.
when they were
That was
still
a
hot
time.
shit back then.
Oh my god, man! Now look at this game at memories. So I remember those people in the background. And but yeah, it's I don't know if are those people like developers or like their family members or stuff. I want to know
Oh,
who's
they
actually.
gotta be. That's
Yeah,
exactly what it's gotta be, right?
but yeah, the seeing that, man, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this game. Yeah, this is like, yeah, and then we had a little moment. Then we had a brief moment of wrestling games sucking, um, until NC4 got those games.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that is it for the flashback segment. So we're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. So let's get to the gaming news. What we got, Dad?
All right, Dominic. First up, we have some unfortunate news. Tomonobu Itagaki, one of the main driving forces behind the 3D Ninja Gaiden revival, which we'll be seeing a new one of in the next coming weeks, as well as Dead or Alive. Guy from Ninja Theory has passed away at the age of 58. I feel like we were just talking about him, kind of wondering, what he was up to, because it feels like it's been a long time since we had heard anything from him. Then I realized that the last game he had worked on was actually The Devil's Third, which was a long time ago. That was quite a bit ago. So I guess, unfortunately, it was in poor health. And yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay. I really don't. I really don't know. I mean, yeah, it's sad. Yeah, it's sad that he's in poor health.
It's kind of crazy. We're losing guys like him. Miyamoto's still around, and that
Yeah,
unfortunately
he's only
won't always be
58.
the
Exactly.
case.
Yeah, he said. He said.
No, I said unfortunately that won't
oh,
always be the case. Is
oh yeah,
Miyamoto won't
yeah.
be around.
I thought you were saying, unfortunately, it's the case. It's the case. He's still around. He needs to die. It's like, but no, but like,
He's not transferred all his powers yet.
I mean, yeah, I always known him. Like, I always see the black guy. I see the black guy, the Chinese guy with the glasses, and has like, always thought he had like a scar on his face, but I realized, oh, it's just the way his face is or whatever.
Yeah, he's just got like some pockmark kind of stuff.
Yeah, pockmark. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and but yeah, that's the last thing I remember really hearing about it was because of those. It says, and I don't even know what became of it. What became of that?
What's that? The scandal stuff?
Yeah.
I was reading up on that. It sounds like that kind of went nowhere. The Japanese courts, ruled him, fine. And
okay.
Actually, I think I saw somebody say that the courts actually made the accuser apologize to him. I think he was still kind of, a known kind of asshole. He wanted things done the way he wanted them done, and if it was his way or the highway, basically.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you see a lot of that. It seems like I was gonna say in the games industry, but I think that's just business.
I was about to say that. Yeah, that's business, baby. You gotta be an asshole.
Level,
yeah, apparently.
Kind of what it is. Yeah, it's kind of weird seeing this picture of him on Game Informer at the top, because he doesn't have his signature glasses on, and I didn't recognize him. I saw the name, and I
would not.
Yeah,
I would not have recognized him either. Because I'm looking. Yep.
I was like, is that the Itagaki? Because like they're saying Ninja Guy and they're saying Dead or Alive. I didn't remember what his first name was, to be honest with you. And the picture, I was like, is that him? And then I was like reading through the article and I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, look, man. I wasn't a big Ninja game guy. I mean, my brother played it on Nintendo, and I think he had 1 and 2. I remember 1 and 2. I don't even know if there was a third one. But I stuck that in. I was also like maybe like the 6 or 5 or whatever. That's they but I did like did Dead or Alive, man. Like I love that. Being I wouldn't say I loved it, but I like that series. Yeah, I love the girls
I
thing.
did too. Yeah.
I fell in love. I fell in love with them.
It felt different than fighting games at that time. It was a lot smoother to me than like
yeah,
Mortal
exactly. That's
Kombat, which up to that
yeah.
point that I had really liked.
Well, I was really into the 3D ones, so I was really into Tekken and Virtual Fighter, and then when I played Dead or Alive 2, hardcore, that was on PS2, I was like, whoa, this feels really cool and smooth. And then I played Tekken Tag Team. I was thinking that's gonna be like that too, because I thought that was just some reason like, oh, it's because it's a PlayStation. Um,
Mm.
and I was like, this don't feel like that. So this game don't feel like that. That's like it's like why you don't feel like Dead or Alive? And I was just playing Dead or Alive most time, and I think my friend was too. On teenagers, you always played as the girls or something. It was like,
Mm.
it's like, man, their boobs be shaking. You say, oh yeah. I say, oh look here, you got put up to 99. They shake even more. Man, but yeah,
He
man.
was an
He's
innovator,
a
Dominic.
he was. We not got boob shaking without him. Like he perfected it.
I mean, he definitely like the Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive. Those two games definitely accelerated the technology, if you will.
Yeah. To help
All right.
Xbox say, hey, we like the Japanese too. Because they had that deal with them. They got those games.
Yep. All right, Dominic. Next up, the former Assassin's Creed creative lead, Mark Alexis Comte, has departed Ubisoft after roughly 20 years with the company.
Yeah.
It sounds like, based on his account, he was asked to join this new subsidiary, being overseen by Yves Guillemot's son. That's going to be teaming up with Tencent to oversee Far Cry and Assassin's Creed and Rainbow Six. And he was asked to join that, and it sounded like in kind of like a demotional kind of role in something less creative. And he did not seem interested in that, and they basically just said like, well, then we don't need you here anymore, so goodbye. I think Assassin's Creed has been in a pretty good spot over these past few releases.
Uh,
Obviously,
not good coin to X over here that I'm looking at,
oh
Daniel.
yeah,
They said
oh yeah,
it was
said it
shit.
bad.
Yeah.
Yes. Um, I think they obviously made like a big jump when they moved to Origins, and then from there, or was Origins the first one, or is that? Yeah, Origins. For some reason, I was thinking like they called the first one not Origins, even though it should have been
No,
earlier. But is that because Odyssey was after,
actually earlier.
like
It was
time
earlier. Yeah, Odyssey
time
was
place?
earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why I
Yeah,
find it
that's
weird
what
when they
it
said
was.
Origins. They call that
Yeah.
Origins because it didn't make sense.
It's not the first time the Assassins showed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think all of those are pretty well regarded. I think they might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I think they are, at the end of the day, well put together games. They definitely evolved from the mess that was the France one that I can kind of never Unity. Um, and they've definitely changed what they are. They've become less stealthy games and become more action focused games. But I think they can exist as that. It would be nice to to get maybe more of a meld. And I think that's what they tried with Shadows, having the two characters. You have the woman a little more, stealthy ninja, and then you have the guy Yasuke actually is like your heavy, where he's not going to be climbing around too much and sneaking on roofs. He's just going to come in and kind of barrel through people. So
yeah,
hopefully they can continue to find that.
Some people are saying that they're because since he was working on that game and the sales weren't good, that's why they demoted him.
I mean, it's possible.
I mean, that's what all the YouTube videos, though, people who call the game woke said. So I guess it has to be true.
It's obviously true.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see like what are game sales? Are game sales on decline in general the same way like viewership is in decline? Like are you not going to be able to sell the same amount that you used to regardless of anything else?
I'm wondering too.
Obviously, Grand Theft Auto come out next year and just be absolutely, murder's row. It'll sell 10 million copies in a day.
That's like
exactly.
Yeah. Because even Mario don't do that.
No. I wonder if they stupidly look at that and go, "Oh, well, we can do that too. We just have to, spend 20 years and $80 billion, and just learn the wrong lessons."
But you also gotta, but you also have to establish that brand. It's a combination of many things.
Let me tell you, the return of Watch Dogs, Dominic.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to sell trillions. All right. Some other news. Quantic Dream. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was just saying, like, I wonder, what's the sales? Like, what's the sales they're looking for? Like, where they're exactly.
Hopefully not Square Western game developer sales.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Quantic Dream is, in addition to working on the Star Wars project that they're working on, they are also apparently working on a live service multiplayer game, Spellcaster Chronicles, which apparently is going to be a 3 versus 3 kind of character action or character hero style game in the vein of like an Overwatch. That could be interesting. Overwatch isn't like the king of the mountain anymore. It feels like there's some room there. Obviously, Marvel Rivals has kind of a grasp on things at the moment. But Quantic Dream doesn't really seem like the team that has a lot of experience.
Yeah. I was very confused when I saw Quantic Dream that they were doing this. So I was like, maybe I'm thinking about a different. I mean, maybe this is a different company than what I'm thinking about. But yeah, I'm thinking like, they did
David Cage, right? Showing his shit again, Dominic.
I was like, where is this coming from? They really, they're going multiplayer, and which, you know what? It's like, okay, I'm glad that you're broadening your horizons, like you're doing something different. Like, fine, that's cool. But it also sucks because it's that live service game. And like I told you, it's a game that continues to make money. And like that seems like some of these companies like want to go to because they want to keep getting the dollars in. I mean, I hope it's a good game. I hope it's a fun game. Like it's one of those good games. But I wonder, can they do it? Because like I said, I feel like Marvel Robbins did it because they made a good game with Marvel property. Like if it was, I'm wondering if that game was what it is with unique characters, how would it do? Would it at least do as good as the rival? What's it called? The Riot game one.
Oh, what is that one?
Would at least have done good as that one, since that's or would it have done worse than that? But I wonder. I mean, because word of mouth can even say like, "Hey, this place really nice," but then I think maybe people
Valorant.
would say like it. Yeah, yeah. Would it have at least done
I
good
always
as
forget
Valorant?
that Valorant is that style game. I always think Valorant is like more of a shootery instead of like an objective kind of thing.
Oh, you think it's like just a character? It's just you just kill, like you get kill count or something
Yeah.
like that.
I also like forget that I'm guessing since it's that style game, I also forget that there's like characters to it. You know what I mean? Like I can't tell you what a single one of the Valorant characters looks like versus,
Oh yeah, me
Overwatch,
neither.
which at this point I'm pretty
I
sure I
mean,
can't
it's
tell
just
you like
tactical
80% of the
shooter.
Overwatch characters.
I have no idea. I never really watched a match. I mean,
Yeah.
a whole match to pay attention to what they actually do. But I mean, I just put in the same. I mean, it could be different, but it's still character based shooter. You're like it's still
Yeah.
time away. You can't play both of them at the same time, so it's still the competition.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some very like this artwork I think is very cool. At the same time, like maybe it's my old man, like old dog not wanting to learn new tricks things, but like all of them kind of just they don't have the same level of distinctness that a lot of the at least original Overwatch characters do. Because
Yeah,
like nowadays, I don't think I could tell you like 80% of the current Overwatch
yeah.
roster, like
I was looking at
what
them,
or who
the
they
new ones.
are.
I was looking at the new ones, and I was like, oh
If
yeah.
you told me they were Valorant characters, there's a good chance I would believe you, or vice versa, you know?
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I'm just kind of falling out of that, I guess. It really
Oh
doesn't
wait, they
look like
got
there are that many
what is
new
it?
ones.
It says in the standard non-ranked mode, the match is played as best of 25 with the 13 rounds winning the match. The attack the game attacking team has a bomb type device called Spike. I guess that's
Okay,
the
so
norm.
they do have a
Yeah. Then the Spike Rush, Swift Play, Competitive, Premier. Then they got Team Deathmatch. I mean, which that's what Team Deathmatch and Deathmatch. Just that. I mean, Overwatch has
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Overwatch got that.
Escalation, replication mode, whatever the hell that is, and Snowball Fight, which is funny because Overwatch had that for Christmas, and
Yeah.
Valorant has that
Yeah.
too, apparently.
That's fun. All right. All right. The last thing I got here, Dominic, this is kind of a bridge between the new releases and the gaming news, but the Asus ROG Ally Xbox or X or whatever that thing is called, they're the two variants. That is now launched. There are reviews out there basically saying like, yeah, this is a more powerful Ally, depending on which one you get. It sounds like the cheaper of the two is maybe not that big of an upgrade over that previous one. So if you've already got one of those, there really isn't much
Well,
to upgrade
throw it
there.
away, and get this one
Yes, throw it
because it
away,
has
get
an
this
X
one.
on it.
But that $1,000 one sounds like it's a decent upgrade. It's still not gonna make anything that like wasn't playable on
To
the
make your friends
Steam Deck.
jealous, the
I mean, obviously.
like the Tesla truck or something. It's something that
Okay.
really gives you notice. Like maybe people say some bad things about it, but they're just jealous.
I saw one of those. What was that on Thursday with like I don't know what the rap was, but it was kind of like future military truck. Like it wasn't a warthog rap, but it was something, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Then I saw one at the parking lot of the Lidl today. I was like, oh, just grocery shopping in your Cybertruck.
Oh, okay.
Starting to be out and about, I guess. Yeah, but
Well, over
so
here,
yeah,
it's quite a few, man. Like
I would imagine
I've
there.
seen
Yeah,
too many times, too much, man. Bunch of Tesla lovers over here, man.
yeah. I mean that falls in line because like some people refer to like the Model 3 as like the California Camry, And I feel like very much in that area is kind of similar to, California vibes.
Yeah,
All
talking about
right.
Elon Musk sucks bumper stickers on their cars when they
Yes.
drive around.
Yeah. You gotta love that, especially when you see the newer ones, and then it's like, yeah, like you have the people who genuinely bought it before, like that man was as crazy as he has shown himself to be now, and some of them have the I bought this before I knew kind of
Yeah.
bumper stickers, and then you have people like with brand new Teslas, the redesigned ones, and that it has like a anti Musk sticker on. It's like you kind of know what you were buying into. I get it.
It's a good price. They say it's a good
Exactly. I get it. Like the price is there. The features are, but at the same time, maybe just you got to own up to your decisions at that point. That's the bumper sticker I want. It's just like price to performance. This was the best option. Sorry. Anyway, yeah. So this ROG Ally, it sounds like it's not gonna be, the next step in the evolution of Xbox. I'm not sure that we were ever under the impression of that. It very much feels like a stopgap before they do their own thing, if that is the direction that they actually choose to go in. I'm not entirely convinced that that is the direction they're going to go in, because I'm not sure that they're going to be doing hardware for much longer in
I can't
general.
believe it. I mean, of course, they're saying that now, reasons people, they continue to say stuff and then they end up saying they're not doing it,
Yeah.
Like, so, because I just can't see, like, if you don't put your games on other systems, why are you still making a system? Yeah, unless you're making it cheaper. That's the only reason. Like, because if you make it like really expensive, either the same price as theirs or more, why would anybody buy it then? If you're gonna
Right.
put your games on their console, it don't make sense. Like, unless that's what I'm saying. Like, unless they're making it like how you used to say, like but it's cheaper because the money is the Game Pass.
Yeah.
It don't make sense.
But like they've made Game Pass so non-enticing at this point also, that it's just like, where do you go from here? Yeah, and I mean, what I'm hoping for this is it is kind of their like experimental test bed, right? Like they've got this Windows full Xbox full screen experience or whatever they're talking about now, where on this thing at least it basically opens up 2 gigs of memory for the games to use, instead of like the underlying system and OS to kind of grab. And I hope they're able to just make that available to all of these handhelds, whether they be the ones already running some form of Windows or even the Steam Deck, because we know you can sideload Windows onto that thing. And if they're able to have a comparable experience, and I'm sure we'll get Steam Deck hardware, a hardware upgrade in the somewhat near future, 26, 27, that wouldn't necessarily surprise me. But I would very much be into a Steam Deck style thing, or even one of these Windows handheld things, if I had, easy Game Pass availability, since that's where I'm playing most of my games. I'm not buying a ton of them. But they didn't really have that initially at the onset. Now it's like, I'm not going to be having Game Pass, so it's not really the advantage that it used to be. So for them to try and sell this $1,000 piece of hardware, I'm thinking it's going to be a slow road for them. Like, I'm sure they're not building these like Switch 2s like they're expecting them to fly off the shelf. But at the same time, like, what does this do for your brand? Is it a positive, a negative, or a neutral? And if it's a negative or a neutral, why'd you do it at all? And if it's a positive, what does that mean? What are you going to go from here? Are you going to try and go into the handheld space where you're competing with the Goliath that is Nintendo? There are rumors now that PlayStation is going to be doing, some form of PS6 that has either a handheld version or a handheld mode, one that would switch between the two. I don't know if that's just Sony like trying to follow the trend, or if they legitimately think that like this is the future where like people are going to want a more portable thing.
People are not going to be able to afford to live in homes, so they're going to have to.
So they
have portable
the nomad gaming experience.
Yeah,
Because I mean, the reality is like just make the future. It feels like should just be remote play. I've got a phone in my pocket already. I don't want to carry another device.
Yeah.
But if you let me, throw on a game controller or connect a game controller via Bluetooth or whatever and have my phone, like, sweet. Let me just do that as long as it's a good experience.
Or like boss up some land and just make these huge ass server farms for people just be able to stream their games easily or whatever, and so it just be like that or something, man.
Yeah.
I don't have to buy a console.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. It definitely sounds like people are relatively happy with this as a hardware thing. The ergonomics are pretty good. The software of it has improved over those previous Windows handhelds. But that price is just, it feels crazy when you have the Steam Deck out there, even the high-end Steam Decks. And obviously that's old hardware at this point. So I'd be interested to see what a Steam Deck 2 price looks like. If Valve really subsidized the price of that original hardware just to get it in people's hands, and now this second gen, they're like, oh, well, we figured out what our audience is going to be. We're going to narrow this down for manufacturing a little bit, but we still expect to, make enough money for it to be profitable to us. Because, I mean, that's the crazy thing, right? Is like the Steam Deck is effectively the business model that Microsoft should have been aiming for. They subsidize the price of the Steam Deck to get people to buy games on Steam because that's how they make their money. And in a similar fashion, Microsoft should have been trying to lock people in, or should be trying to get people to lock into Game Pass and, not worry too much about the hardware past just getting it in their hands and then, cha-ching or whatever. I don't know. There's somebody at these businesses that know what they're doing, I presume. And
yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, I would somehow been able to fail my way all the way to the top of one of these with my great creative ideas.
Nobody telling me like all these things online. Everybody's saying it don't make sense, or they're saying Microsoft's being stupid. And I was like, they can't be that stupid. I mean, it's too much. It's like something.
It's too much money on the line.
Yeah, I'm saying like just to be. So what's the play? I just want to know what the play is. Like what is this? Like what's going on?
I still think part of the play is Microsoft as a whole trying to do away with the Xbox brand.
Oh yeah, so that's your theory. I mean that theory. I mean,
but at the same time, like that.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it doesn't make sense because the Xbox brand, like, at least until recently, wasn't really tainted. So, like, if you're done with that hardware and you don't really want the Xbox branding anymore, like, sell it off to somebody. It would be worth money. Of course, I said the same thing about Game Informer, and they just unceremoniously tried to kill that. So I guess like, and they do it with studios all the time, right? Like we've lost so many like what feel like big name studios that were important to us at one point in time and now just don't exist anymore. BioWare is probably soon to be on that chopping
Yeah,
block.
it's like a shell of like what it used to be
even
anyway.
someone we talked about it with the WrestleMania game, Midway. Like, Midway was a huge thing during our youth. Acclaim, stuff like that. Iguana. So yeah,
Iguana. Yeah,
I guess brands don't matter. Hudson, definitely. So I guess brands don't really matter, and maybe they don't warrant the same level of money. Shit, Dominic, when I was looking for Peggle, I accidentally hit Control Enter, which just goes to like Peggle.com.
Uh-huh.
Nobody owns Peggle.com. We can buy it for $22,000.
Oh man.
But like, why are they not using Peggle.com? Did EA just go like, we don't need that? Like, that seems crazy to me. And I guess like it's not as crazy now because like it's almost like who has a website or like who goes to a website. I just check. I follow them on Twitter or I follow them on Facebook or what have you. I check out their subreddit. Like you don't really have a lot of people going to like brand websites. So I guess maybe like EA was just like, it's not worth it. But like when we grew up, it was like, oh yeah, you have to own the website for the thing that you are making. Like, what are you, crazy? Somebody might buy that and turn it into a porn website.
That's what somebody would buy it because they want them to pay them or something. And like,
could you imagine the possibilities for Peggle.com as a porn website?
Yeah. Man, that's not these days, man, because they having people they have to show their IDs and stuff. I don't know if people want. I don't know how people feel about that.
That's why Peggle would be open to everybody, Dominic.
I mean, I've always been scared of that though. Like, take a picture, or like when like say, hey, take a picture of your ID or something. It's like, what?
Yeah, because one of the places like it got leaked recently, right?
Oh, it did? Oh shit!
I believe so. I don't know if it was like a porn website or if it was like a different, like a. I don't want to say Blue Sky, but I
Blue Sky.
I heard that. Oh, I heard that they do some like some verification stuff with that. I've never had to do that.
Me neither.
Because I don't want to be taking pictures of my license.
Is that a state thing though? Because that's what the porn stuff is.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, all that just feels very draconian. Like,
all I'm saying, like,
they're going to use the excuse of like trying to protect the kids, but like
I was the person who regularly watched porn.
Not what this is.
Like, I will not be regularly watching porn anymore. I'll be like, well, I'm back to magazines again. Magazines and DVDs.
Yes, now you're a fan of physical media, Dominic.
Yeah. Magazines, DVDs. I'll be back to those. It's like, there we go. Going the old way. Gotta just go. It's like, do they still? I don't know. Places even still have those back rooms anymore. I don't know if that's even a thing anymore. Well, they got those sex shops you see every now and then.
I was gonna say you gotta go to like the 40. Adam and Eve store, or
like that one on 40. Like, I just go there and do it or something.
How does that place still exist? I mean, clearly that's a decent business model, then, right?
I mean, it's been there for a long time, so yeah.
That or it's a front for drugs.
It's a fan. I mean, the families just tell them to go. That's all I want. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's got to be a front, right? It's got to be like somebody they are laundering money to do that shit.
Yep. Secretly an Italian restaurant behind there.
Yeah.
They have the best meatballs. All right, Dominic. So that's all I saw really for the news this week.
Yeah.
Anything that you saw that you were interested in?
Oh yeah, because like I said about the Dragon Ball Z. So glad I remembered. Um, they are still about to update that game with a new character next year. It's a
Oh,
new
really?
Goku though, but it's something
Of course.
Goku from some. I don't know what's going on with the anime, but yeah, let me. I think it's on Game Informer's site where I saw it. Mm, Let me find it. There it is. Yeah, Dragon Ball Daima. That's the new one. I don't know how you pronounce it. Daima or Daima.
Yeah.
Um,
Daima. Daima.
SS4 Goku. I guess a Super Saiyan 4 Goku is coming to Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I mean, it's coming next year.
Is Did they not already have this character in there?
They had, yes, but not this version.
Okay.
That was the GT one.
Okay.
This is the Daima Ball. Oh, I said Daima Ball. I call it Daima Ball. Although it's called the Dragon Ball Daima.
Because, like, I
Which,
guess, like, this version of Goku, like, I originally associate with, was it GT? Was that
yeah,
what
yeah,
they called
GT,
that
yeah.
one back then? Yeah. And then everybody apparently, like, shit on that. And then I
Yeah,
guess
because
now they're making
they
him,
say the
like,
series is pretty bad.
canon or
And
whatever. Yeah.
I tried to watch it one time too, and yeah, I couldn't even get to a part where he turned Super Saiyan. It was so bad. I was like, oh, like please get. It's like how many episodes is it till he gets Super Saiyan? Because this is terrible. So yeah, I think I watched like 10 episodes and it was horrible. I'm so mad. I mean, I want to say I was watching him. I had him on because I was just hoping that when I turned my head, he had turned Super Saiyan at some point.
Man. Yeah, I guess this opens the door to a Daima Vegeta Super Saiyan Goku 4 or something, maybe too.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it all depends what kind of characters the guy in this show. This new show here.
Yeah. Daima. Okay.
I'm just mad as Goku. I'm just mad they can't move on. Like that's a damn fucking shame.
Should have been
Like,
Super Saiyan Trunks, the Super Saiyan 4 Trunks.
like the whole thing was that his son was going to be it, and y'all see, I ain't got.
Yeah, but he
I ain't
turned
even
out to be
do
a
that.
pussy, Dominic.
Well, they made it. They made it like, oh no, he's just a smart guy, and like he does this. I mean, he's like he does school.
He's a nerd.
He's smart. Yeah, and I was like, why? I say, no, goddamn, horrible.
Cosplays
But
as a superhero.
you know, you got these
That's
people
why
who
the
like this
prodigal
show,
son
man.
returned. Trunks was there, Dominic. They could have did it all with Trunks, but they didn't want to do that either.
Well, yeah, just whatever. It's like I don't even know why the other people are there. Honestly, like what?
How many different Gokus are selectable in this game now?
A lot. I mean, people make fun of that.
Is it over half of the roster?
It's got to be.
It's got to be over a third at least. They really need to let Chi-Chi go Super Saiyan at some point. That's all I'm saying. I think she's had enough Saiyan in her, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway. All right, Dominic. I think we're ready to move on to new releases here. We got Ball Pit. We talked about that earlier. That's on PC, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series X. As part of Game Pass, we also have The Keeper. That's on PC, Xbox Series X and S, also on Game Pass. That's the Double Fine game you talked about.
Oh, that's
earlier.
not on everything yet. Okay.
No. Maybe I'm wrong. Keeper. Maybe. Yes, they're keeping this exclusive off of PlayStation. Which may actually be true. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything like pop up from the PlayStation Store, so yeah, maybe they still are keeping things. I mean, for me, like it makes sense for this because Double Fine just doesn't necessarily feel like a big enough studio to work on maybe multiple versions. I say that, but
okay,
they did that with like Psychonauts back in the day, yeah. So it's not. But we are in a day and age where games take longer and cost more money, so maybe not.
because y'all liberals
Or
want to
maybe when
say
they
no,
started this
no
game, it was
crunch.
very much there's
So,
no crunch. Maybe they also, when they started this game, it wasn't a doctrine that everything was coming to the PS5, so they weren't working on a PS5 version. And then by the time it was like, oh, hey, we're just going to put everything out on the PS5, they were like, well, then we're going to need another 6 months or whatever to get one of those versions out. So we'll see. I'm sure it'll come to PlayStation eventually. And probably I would say even Switch 2, if it's not too crazy. Even though, like, watching this visually, it does look pretty stunning, just from like what they're doing, artistic standpoint, but also like what am I saying? Like particle effects and stuff, I guess. All right, Dominic. And then we have Pokemon Legends ZA now out on the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. I've heard relatively positive things about this. It sounds like it kind of follows, in the Arceus line of being a little bit more of what we want out of a modern Pokemon game.
but it's not really a
But
world. I mean, it's not like an
I was gonna
open
say, but
world.
in some ways, kind of taking a step back because this is more of just like a city.
Yeah,
In
it's
Arceus, you
different. I
had
mean, it's
different
just
climates
yeah.
and stuff.
I'm just
At the
saying that.
same,
I'm not saying the city is bad. I mean, if it's a lot to, I mean, because like there's some games who like, yeah, they might have a huge world and they scale the world down, but it's dense or it's a lot of stuff to
mm,
do.
this
I mean,
definitely
when I
doesn't look dense.
no, that's what I'm saying. I look
Yeah.
at the game. I mean, like I said, these are games that should have been made like 20 years ago. I mean,
Oh
it's
yeah.
just ridiculous. It's ridiculous at this time. Like I now I ain't saying you gotta make a $300 million game, but from what I've read about the budget, like I was looking at some articles recently about budget of these games, it's almost like they like I think it was the rumor was like it was only like was it even 30 million or
It was,
something? Just
oh yeah, that was something I didn't have on the news because I didn't really look too much into it. But yeah, there was a
yeah,
lot
like
of leaked
which
stuff out of Pokemon,
yeah,
and
I mean, of
yeah,
course, the game leaked. The game leaked also. But I mean,
yeah.
for me,
But there
that's
was a
not a
lot
big
of
deal.
like roadmap stuff and yeah,
Yeah,
budget stuff, and yeah,
spoilers
we
is big
found
deal.
out basically like they don't spend that much on these
No,
Pokemon games.
and that's freaking ridiculous to me because I'm like, yo, these games make this much money, and I mean, it's one thing you said, oh, what we spend a lot more on is like actual the payroll and something like that. Then I'm like, okay,
Mm,
you paying your guys, okay, fine, but we know that's not it. I'm just saying that these why are you treating this game like it's fucking like I don't even know what's it coming to like Kid Icarus or some shit. And like why you why are you treating this game like it's so small? Like this is this is probably one of the biggest franchises you have. Like
yeah,
honestly, like I'm trying to think. Like I guess Mario Kart is it. Like, but besides that, is Pokemon. I- Like what the fuck, man? Like yeah, now I'm saying like, oh, is that why the game? But is that why the games always look like shit? Is because this is the budget they get for it, Eh, or what is it? It's like that is weird. That's the budget. If that all comes out to be true, because it's like
yeah.
wow, that like this game. You said y'all got enough money to put something into this game and make it better than what it is. And I mean, and I get it. People say like, well, they because hey, why do it if they still make money from it? And I'm like, because you got
Yeah,
so much money.
especially if
Because
their
how much is so
intended
much money?
audience are
How much
kids or whatever, right?
how much money is? I mean, because you got so much of it. So why can't you put a little bit more effort into just making it better? I mean, a lot of people will settle then. I mean, but not everybody does. I guess Grand Theft Auto could settle a bit. But I mean, they kind of did. I mean, they kept with this one game, but why even like spend whatever the hell I mean, that whatever number that next one's going to be. Good God! But I don't know, man. Yeah, man, that fucking sucks. After that, like I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. That's how much it's spent. Because now I want to know how much Mario and those Mario games we talk. Because now I'm thinking about the whole thing we was just joking about them and the companies about like, oh, like they be we don't hear nobody's about these companies, man. They be doing stuff behind scenes. I mean, I was joking. I have no proof of that. I have no idea what's the hell going on behind there. I heard some bad things of like some other companies that have come out, like Square in the early days and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know about Nintendo.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I heard was like from another podcast, the guy who said went over there, he said Nintendo had good reviews and stuff, but technically, I guess Game Freak is not really a part of Nintendo. But come on, what other system do they come on? Like the Pokemon come on? Like it's just, I mean, they do some other game. Yeah, Game Freak does other games, but they're heavy hitters.
The idea that Nintendo wouldn't be opening up the purse strings for them to build whatever they want if they wanted to is kind of crazy.
I don't know. You know, maybe they don't like the idea of it's not their guys. They didn't bring them up. Miyamoto doesn't know them. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's a little weird to me. All right, so and what else we got? That's it. Is that it for new releases?
That's it. Yep.
All right,
that's it for new releases. Yep. Thank you guys as always for listening. You can check us out on Twitter, Dominic's at DStalworth5. I'm at Regulus MB. The podcast is at Supapod, SUPAPOD. We're also on Blue Sky at superpod.com, at regulusmb.sky.social, and at DinoMan at DominicStallworth.bluesky.social. You can check our website out. It is superpod.com. It has all of our previous podcasts, as well as links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast, as well as iTunes, YouTube Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Audible, as well as any other place you might find a audio podcast. And until next time, guys, talk to you later.
All right, see you.